on your organ. If I give you all your ammo, you look like logic to a Mormon. See, you are nothing more than a tiny inconvenience. TBG had the high score when you showed off your micro penis. Oh, good gravy. That boy bad. That boy just bad. I don't know what to say. That boy bad. Oh. Those wondering, the ugly guy in the picture. He is one of the old school trolls that you hear every day, and still here. I'm pretty sure they're still here. They just hide now. But I just thought he'd think some luck, you know. Oh, well, I mean, you support Trump, you're probably racist. I mean, you are racist. You still support Trump. If you fall for it and you get yourself way discombobulated by it, you're a dumbass. But if you support Trump, you fall for any of that shit, man, you support that fucker, come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? They're terrified of me. I'm the most dangerous man in America. I'm the most dangerous man in the world. Obviously. Obviously. If I wasn't, it wouldn't work out the way it does. Pretty simple. If they weren't terrified of me, I'd be like Ian Carroll. I'd be like any of those other fucking dumbasses. I'd actually be better because I've been doing this for so much longer than any of those guys. I don't think you can find somebody that has consistently been truthering for longer than me. I'd be willing to bet you can't. But I'm of most of the truthers that you see, I am much better than. Oh yeah, they're clearly terrified. Clearly terrified. I mean, why would you be here? Why would you be here to begin with? You got it's 8:30 in the morning. It's 8:30 in the East Coast, and on a Saturday morning, and you're here begging for attention. Seems interesting to me. Trying to tell me that I'm wrong within 2 minutes of you being here, or 2 minutes of the video starting. You're right here. Super drunk. Yep. Super drunk. I can basically guarantee that anybody that comes in here crying about what I'm saying is a little dick racist white guy. It's no doubt. And look at all the comments. Look at the pictures. Look, you see it. It's just a fucking bunch of racist white guys. Racist white guys and Israeli bots. And unless you're well versed on Team Jorge, which you should be, but Team Jorge or Act.il, stuff like that, you just don't know what you're talking about. Right? You have no idea what you're fucking talking about. And if you did, instead of being stupid, you just address what I'm getting wrong. And that would be that. Taubman and Wexner used Rogers' person-centered approach to create retail environments that subtly guided behavior. Rogers involved the MK Ultra Taubman, and Wexner bankrolled Epstein. Yeah, to a degree. Oh, look, we have a Todd Church fan. Who is surprised there? So now you're a meth head and a pedophile? Because everybody knows Todd Church is a fucking pedophile, right? He's a pedophile. He's a meth head on record. He's an agent, basically. I mean, you tell me somebody else that gets arrested within 4 school districts manufacturing and selling methamphetamines in Ohio, of all places, and they don't serve any time. But that's, when you identify as a Todd Church supporter, you're identifying as a pedophile. Same thing with Trump. I mean, you got the double whammy. Of course you're a Trump supporter. Pedophiles stick together. And really only pedophiles support pedophiles. So it's pretty obvious. And you guys are all too stupid. You guys are all too stupid to even try to make yourself look better. Right? Because at the very least, you could be like, fuck you, dude, I don't like you, blah, blah, blah. But you're right, we should kill pedos. You could say stuff like that, but none of you ever do. Right? What's a losser? What's a losser? Losser. I love when people are dumb. Usually they fuck up loser with LOO. You're a loser. Angry. Oh, look. Hey, you guys. The pedophile junkie is here, too. Hey, junkie. Angry. Yep. I am very angry and hate you pedophiles and want you all to die. Yes. You'll never begin to make me feel bad about that one. But see, again, this is the main person, right? This is the person that's like, yay, I wish I could blow Trump, and I do blow Todd Church. And then I directly call them a pedophile, and they don't even say anything. They don't even acknowledge it. They don't even acknowledge it. What does that tell you? I've said from the beginning, who is going to be this terrified of outside of Jews and pedos? Who's going to do it? Ew, man, you're fucking weird, junkie. You are a weirdo. You and your weird... Like, only sick pedos go there. Your little fantasies that you put out there, you just out yourself. But, you're a dumbass junkie who also claims to be a Christian, and you're the best example. You're such a prime example of it, because Christians are just, hypocrite, contradictory piece of shit. I personally, I think if you're a Christian, you're a piece of shit. And all the Christians ever do is prove it. You'll never see a Christian come in here and makes me look bad. You'll never see a Christian that comes in here that says things that make sense or anything like that. It's just the same old bullshit. Ouch. Ask anybody sort of on the sidelines watching this, wondering what's going on. Ask yourself, why is it within 5 minutes of going live, there are all of these fake ass profiles trying to get my attention for the worst things? Where does that come from? If you go back and look at my last several videos, you'll see what they're scared of. I'm breaking things open that most people aren't. And I've been saying the same things for a long time. Yeah, dude, you're a piece of shit. If you're a Christian, you're a piece of shit. It's very true. You've been tricked into being this arrogant, ignorant, selfish, douchebag. You're a douchebag. And most of you don't think so. Most of you are too arrogant to even realize it. Explain instead of being feminine. There you go. You just explained it for me, right? You just explained it. That's what your Y-O-U-R being right now. You see what I'm saying? Dumbass Christians, man. Dumbass Christians. They just can't help it. They walk right into it every time. And they just can't seem to understand, like, they make this easy.
36. Thanks a lot, Dad.
I didn't do anything. How? 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 You're Y-O-U-R sad, dude. That's what the guy just said. Y-O-U-R sad, dude. My sad dude what? What does that mean? My sad dude. What are you trying to say? I love everybody crying about the halftime show. So you watch the halftime show every year? You a big fan of Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, and you know, they did it right once, where they had it in LA, and even then, kind of fucking stupid. But yeah, you guys are a joke. I don't like any Bad Bunny Puerto. I don't like that. It's supposed to be white people. Of course you love Janet Jackson. Most gay guys do. If you're gonna talk shit, turn your location off. What do I give a fuck? I'm not worried about any of you crybabies. I had an image of my mind that I'd wake up one day and still be angry and physical man. Right? Again, I'm the bad guy because I think we should kill pedophiles and eliminate the Jewish control schemes. Ooh. You ever notice how like that what that guy just did is about as best as it gets? You know, that's about as best as the best they can do. They can maybe put together a few words to make a long sentence, but it's never like he's going to address anything I'm saying. He's never going to address any of the points being made. He's never going to address the Jewish fairy tale that is Christianity. Why? He's never going to answer simple questions. You know, this is just what they do. They have no real like mind for themselves. No, you're Y-O-U-R, the asshole, because you talk shit on me for my beliefs for no reason. Oh, see, look at the arrogant Christian, right? The arrogant Christian said, you're talking about me, you're talking shit on me. When I talked about Christians in general, he wants to make it about him because he's an arrogant douchebag. Look at your chat, dude. I'm against everything. Now you're flipping topics. You're, Y-O-U-R, so hypocritical, it's insane. What part am I hypocritical about? Go ahead, tell me, show me that you know what that word means and tell me what I'm hypocritical about. Are you against circumcision? With every fucking fiber of my being, especially metzitzia. Circumcision is one of the worst things we do as humans. You know all those dumb Christians that are like, you shouldn't mutilate little Muslim girls. Which, you're right, that is a horrible thing. But then you go mutilate your little boys. Pretty fucking interesting how that works. This guy doesn't even know his yours. He has repeatedly used the wrong your. Like it's difficult to use the right one. You should 100% not get into a conversation or a debate with someone where you're claiming to be intelligent and you can't even get your yours, your theirs, your twos right. Let's see this. You called Christians a piece of shit and you've not explained why, or you're targeting every Christian like you know all this. Your mind is gone. Well, now you got the right your. At least you use the right your there. I guess if you use the same your every time, you're bound to be right, 30-40% of the time. Now you won't address the actual points. Yeah. Stop talking about how stupid I am. Gotcha. Yeah. Dumbass Christians, man. Look at how stupid they are. Following their Jewish fairy tale like they're supposed to. Every single one of you Christians out there that know that your cult consistently gets caught raping children and you do nothing about it. You're not organizing a fundraiser or, a boycott. Hey, we need to boycott this church. We're going to stop giving them money until they fix this pedo problem. You know how quickly the church would fix the pedo problem? You're, Y-O-U-R, a fairy, bro. He's so dumb. He actually he says bro so much in his life that he types it out. And this is your typical Christian, right? The typical Christian is getting cornered, can't come up with anything reasonable, so he's going to start name calling. Oh, you're name calling. And he's another, hey, bro. Yeah, exactly. No, it's a different topic. Yep, I'm talking about different topics. This is the saddest life a man can lead. Yes, this is the saddest life. Not the child rapist, not the guy that thinks the sky daddy is looking down on him. I'm gonna give my money to Sky Daddy. Yeah, that's not sad. I don't control my life. Sky Daddy and underground mean step uncle do. Shut up and go feed your cow, says the junkie. Dude, Junkie Pedo, you are terrible at this. Seriously, you come here every day for hours and you are terrible at this. You're honestly one of the worst. Like you're up there with Ellie Bad. Right, I'm dumb. Can you stop saying that and explain yourself? You're, Y-O-U-R, talking like every other 50-year-old. This guy is too stupid to even see that he is proving my point for me. How do you not know which you're to use? Did you like drop out of school in second grade or some shit? But again, these piece of shit Christians, man, as long as they get to go to heaven when they die, they'll turn a blind eye to anything. The selfishness it takes to go to an organization and give them money because you want to go to heaven when you die, all while keeping your mouth shut because you don't want to rock the boat too much. You don't want to get mad, especially considering the biggest violators of children are often, the virgins who have given their life to Christ, the clergy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see. You're, Y-O-U-R, not intellectual. I've sided with you at first, but now you got your you're right, but you couldn't be bothered to put the apostrophe in there. Just an absolutely terrible person, taking shots at everybody, but getting defensive. A hen asked to do something as simple as explain your answer. I think I've explained my answer lots of times. You goofy ass fucking pedo supporting pieces of shit, man. Look at this shit. Take a look at your actions, man. Shit talk, smoke, shit talk, smoke. Look at this shit, man. It's crazy. All of these people are talking shit instead of saying anything about, yeah, we need to kill these pedos. We need to stop this genocide happening right now. Nothing. It's just a bunch of shit. I really dislike the grammar police. Yeah. I love how, again, you're on a live feed where you're commenting. Nobody sees you. They don't see your life. They don't see anything like that. They only see what you present. And you're in a conversation based on intelligence. You're not smart. You're stupid. That kind of shit. If you think like the whole notion of grammar police or whatever, like it's not hard to use the correct word. All you literally do is make yourself look like a lazy, stupid ass. It doesn't take any more effort. The computer you're on will tell you the right word to type. And yet, you're YOU too stupid to fucking see it. And then you want to act like, oh, well, it doesn't matter what words I use. So why don't you just come on here and lay on the keyboard, right? Doesn't matter. But to see the people that defend stupidity, you can't help but prove my point. When you're defending stupidity, you're a stupid ass. And all you're doing is, you just make it easier. You make the argument easier. That's not an entire brain upon a piece of grammar. Uh-huh. It's not very difficult for you Americans. You don't even spell color correct. Yeah, well, we can say the same about you. Oh, look what Donkey says. This guy's Dan had his way with. Look at this shit. Like, let's just say that was true, right? Why would that be some sort of like shit talk appropriate anything? This guy was molested as a kid, and now he hates child molestation. What a weirdo! Like, when you're that stupid, that is literally the only thing you can come up with. You're identifying as some sort of fucking stupid ass Christian, and instead of defending Christianity, you're trying to make it sound like if somebody was violated as a child, that's like a joke or a burn, or I can't even, like, that is Christian stupidity at its finest. Right? I can't answer what you're saying, so I'm going to say something ridiculous. But this is who they are. This is what they do, man. I'm so glad they keep coming back here and proving the point. Because me sitting here saying all this stuff, just without the example, it's harder to get across. But as soon as they come in and they do this shit, it's amazing. That's the penniest thing here. Now I'm only attacking grammar. Gee, I thought I was attacking Christianity and Christians and religious organizations and racist fucking white people and Trump and all this. I thought I was doing that. Now I only attack grammar. Do you understand that I only have to point out your grammar? The thing that you say usually isn't very intelligent anyway, and it's usually some sort of crybaby about what I do. But I don't even have to make any like real in-depth arguments to make you look stupid. All I have to do is be like, look, this guy can't even use the right words. And that's all it takes. You immediately look like a stupid ass. It works out so perfectly. Oh, that sucks. You're, Y-O-U-R, a clown. You know how stupid Christians are? This guy has been corrected numerous times at this point. And he still keeps doing it. He still can't figure out that, Y-O-U-R is possessive. Y-O-U apostrophe R-E literally just means you are. But the fact that you even have to think about it, like when I write stuff, when I type stuff, I never have to think, wait, which your do I use? Wait, which to do I use? Which there do I use? It just comes. It's just like any other, That's why I see it when you guys do it immediately. It's shocking that so many people can be so fucking stupid. And if somebody is that stupid on a base level, that's like taking marital advice from a virgin, right? All of you dumb Christian Catholics out there that go speak to your priests, and you have these virgins who have lived in the covenant for fucking, their entire, they've never had a real job, they've never had to pay bills, they've never been in a relationship, and yet they're telling you, a normal person, how to run your life. And you're stupid enough to listen to them. He can't help it. Pray for him. See what I mean? Yeah. How about this? How about all of you arrogant piece of shit Christians? If you actually believe that you can get the God of the universe to change its mind or do anything because you pray to it, why don't you pray instead of anything for me? Nothing in my life is so bad that I need God's help with it. Why don't you get your God to protect the children that are constantly being raped by the clergy? How about you do that? How about you get your God to help all those Christian Palestinians that are being genocided by the God's chosen people, Israelis, the synagogue of Satan? Why don't you do that? I want nothing from your piece of shit God. Your God is a piece of shit, as big a piece of shit as you, bigger. If it's real. I mean, it's not. If it was real. It's fake, so it's not real. But, let's just say it was real. If it was real, it would be just the worst. Your stupid fucking Jewish concepts, man. It's really all it is, too. It's all just Jewish concepts, all just Jewish bullshit. Generalizing is the surest sign of a lack of intelligence. Did you hear somebody say that to you once or something? Oh, I love the people that complain about me in the video, right? Do you never watch videos where people are moving? Do you never watch TV? Do you never see, everything you watch is somebody standing perfectly still? You can't articulate your points very well. Yep, that's what I'm doing, because I'm having trouble with it. Pray for this guy. Obviously, he's sick and lost. Yep. The guy that thinks we should kill pedos and overthrow the Jewish fairy tale. Yep, I'm sick and lost. Unlike the guy who thinks it's funny, I guess, to say that somebody was molested as a child. Pedo junkie just keeps proving, keeps outdoing themselves. Pedo junkie is that's pretty incredible. Oh yeah, well this guy was molested as a child and now he hates people that molest kids because of it. The difference between me and you, again, is that I don't have to experience something for me to think it's wrong and go against it. Thankfully, nothing ever happened to me as a child. Which, the way I am right now, having not experienced that, if it had happened to me, I can't imagine what I'd be out there vigilante style. You're killing them. But well, it's never happened to me, so I don't care. That's a Christian way of seeing it. Christian, Muslim, same shit. It's literally the same shit. Now we have the same dumbass, I'm gonna post one-letter comments. Gotta love when they do that. I'm losing brain cells. Yeah, you definitely, if you're losing brain cells, you gotta go for sure, because you can't afford to lose too many. You're not working with very much to begin with, so you better run. Put your tail between your legs and run away, you little cowardly bitch-ass Christian. Oh. No, I was here a minute ago. I look like I'm 40-year-old. I thought I was 50. I thought you said 50 before. Now I'm only 40? Man, I wish. I think you need some. That's not how prayer works, dude. Oh, how does prayer work then? Well, prayer doesn't work, right? Because God doesn't answer prayers. God answers tithing. Don't ever forget that. I see why you are so troubled now. Yes, I'm so troubled. Like, can you imagine? Seriously. These people keep trying to make it seem like something is wrong with me because I think we should kill pedos. Right? Who do you think says stuff like that? I think most of you don't realize just how bad the pedophile problem is. Blasphemy is why you are where you are. Oh, well, okay, whatever that's supposed to mean. Do you even know what you're talking about? Nope, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know more about the Bible than any of you pricks. You guys notice how nobody, not one of these pricks, has focused in on any one thing that I'm getting wrong and then says, hey, you said this, you're wrong about this because blah, blah, blah. Notice how they never, ever do that? I thought you were leaving, Matthew. I thought you were done and crying. Something definitely happened as a child. Yes. Like, again, what kind of sick weirdo does that? That's like the Jewish thing, right? If I was from a Jewish family and was able to, I was smarter than, better than, and I left, and now I say these things, why would I hide it? If I had experienced some sort of trauma as a kid, again, what would be the purpose of hiding it? And these guys, again, these random people that act like that's some sort of burn. You experienced violation as a child. The thing is, I didn't go to church, so it was a good chance I wasn't going to get violated. And the thing is, all of these people here, these profiles here talking shit, you're not going to find them on like your local newscaster profile demanding that the news do something about the pedo situation, demanding that we stop giving, having our money stolen and given to Israel. These people aren't going to do anything like that. It's not even 9 a.m, and they're on YouTube begging for my attention. You're 19. Oh, man. You can't even grow a proper beard yet. But that's crazy because you would think, like, if you were still that close to school, you wouldn't have such a hard time, with basic grammar bullshit. That's a prime example of just what's wrong, man. This guy is supposedly freshly out of high school, and he doesn't know which your to use. And he thinks he knows something. Like, such a dumbass. Such a dumbass. Like, I would have guessed he was in his 20s, but I would have, I'd have been wrong on that. But 19, white, entitled, arrogant, stupid, it's dangerous, man. It's fucking dangerous. Here's what, I'm not looking up to your generation. You're piss poor. I'm not done my blah, blah, blah. The Jewish oligarch, Y-O-U-R, just making us look bad. Just Y-O-U-R, just insulting. Again, you've made no points. Yep, not made any points. I'm done listening to this dumbass. I'll go, what's going on? Oh, look, we have Fleep, whatever his name is. He's a pedophile. Grammar, you haven't even read a full sentence. Yeah, that's what it is. Your, Y-O-U-R, living in your echo chamber. Like he actually used both versions of your, 4 words apart, 3 words apart. And it's too stupid to realize that they sound different, that they mean different things. The first one is you are, The second one is your. And again, do you honestly think anybody that dumb is going to make any points? Do you think they're actually going to is this guy mocking child SA victims? No, that's the comment section. The comment section is mocking the idea of somebody being violated as a kid. But no, this page is all about killing pedos. We need to kill pedophiles and overthrow the Jewish control scheme, especially the one that's raping children left and right in Israel. You're Y-O-U-R dumb. Also, who cares when you know I'm woman? You should. You should have more pride in yourself. Again, just think about that. They're actually arguing that using the wrong word is okay. I mean, it's such a weird, desperate thing. You know, when you can't actually address anything being said, again, kill pedos, overthrow the Jewish control scheme, Christianity is fake. I know I'm not making any points whatsoever. Christianity is fake. Trump's a piece of shit. He licks Netanyahu's balls. Like, you pick your thing. You pick your topic that you want to cry about, and I bet you not only do I wreck you in it, I know more about it than you do. I know more about basic English. Change the content of what you're saying, you clown. No, it does. It absolutely does. If I say, your shit, that's like, you know, Y-O-U-R, shit. That could mean anything. Your stuff, all your stuff laying around, your shit. If I say Y-O-U''R-E shit, well, I'm talking directly to you. It absolutely changes things. But the fact that you can't even, you have to think about it. Again, that's the point. I never make that mistake because I don't even think about it. I know which your to use, which their to use, which to use. I'm not fucking stupid. And you are clearly fucking stupid. Do we have a David? You know what David means. Probably some dumb Jew. You think pedophile is this generation's version of terrorist and communist before that? What? No, the pedophile problem is so much worse than people realize. You know, I know off the top of my head, could probably name 5-10 pedophile hunters on YouTube alone. And those people are successful every day. Every day they're catching new guys. And I think what they do is actually they do themselves in the movement a disservice by not showing people, like, the only people you see are the ones that are have enough compulsion to show up. The vast majority of them don't have that. The vast majority of them are just, you know, reaching out. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? You got any pics? Hey, what's up? And the picture, the profile picture is an obviously young girl. So they can't say, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't realize. No, you knew exactly what you were doing. And each one of those profiles that they create is hit up hundreds, if not thousands of times. All those pedophile hunters, they wouldn't be successful if it weren't your neighbors, if it weren't your family members and your friends. These are just regular people, and they're all over. And if every single pedophile hunter can catch new people every day, multiple people per day, you know, they set the profile, and within an hour, they're going to meet someone. That's because it's everywhere. You know, you go outside on your front yard and look up and down your street. And first of all, if you just look at Otis or any of those registry sites, you're surrounded by them as already. But those are just the people that got caught. You know, like I say, you have family members, not just a family member, family members that at the very least they look at pictures of underage children in compromised positions. That's why it's one of the biggest businesses, like dark web businesses there is, and always has been. It's because the problem is a shit ton worse than you think it is. And so when you then look at my feed and you see all these random people, a lot of them are Israeli bots. Again, you have to understand that part. A lot of them are Israeli bots, but those that aren't, you know, those people that are here and like the guy that thinks we should kill pedophiles is a bad guy, especially, you know, they've been here before numerous times, so they know what my shit's about. Right? They consistently do this shit, man. It's consistent. It's consistent. Almost like they're terrified of someone like me especially, getting any sort of real platform. Because I don't hesitate. I don't feel bad. There is no, you know, can't do God's work. No. You get caught raping someone, man, woman, or child, you get killed. Very, very simple. You're killed. Why don't we have that situation? Why is there leeway? Why is there understanding? Fuck that, man. Kill them all. Kill them all. All these fucking crazy ass white people, you know, supporting what's going on, like it's not going to get used against them. All these fat pieces of shit Christians. Me, get out of my country. You know, you can't just land a boat on a place and then 500 years later it's yours. Yes, you have to draft a bunch of fake legislation, and you have to create fake situations where officially you give that to yourself. Oh, junkie pedo, shut up. You just keep proving the point. You know, the problem is I end up missing the real comments because there's just so many stupid ones. Piss me off how these cops will stand there and see evidence and refuse to arrest these people. For sure. I mean, I've said it for a long time. There are no good cops. Until we start seeing good cops arresting bad cops, there are no good cops. And if you actually pay attention, like if you watch, like, I like watching videos on YouTube of cops being arrested, right? And cops being arrested with the, you know, the DUI bullshit or whatever. I've only seen it one time. I want to say 100% of the time, but I would be wrong. I've seen one time where a cop got arrested for DUI, and he was the one that was like, no, we got to go by the book, because the female cops that showed up kept trying to give him preferential treatment and do things like against it. And he was like, no, those people are watching. It's getting filmed. You know, we need to do everything by the book. He wasn't saying it because he was like, oh, I'm guilty. You need to treat me poorly. He was like, look, people are watching. There's cameras rolling. We need to do this by the book. But you can find endless videos of cops being found passed out at the wheel, you know, doing all kinds of crazy. There was one, I don't know, 6 months ago where this little bitty white dude was all fucked up and like passed out, and the big cop kept trying to prevent the guy from filming him, and like it's just, you know, if you could see cops, you know, when they got arrested acting as though they demand we do, then it would be one thing. But, you know, 99.9999999% of the time, other than that one time I saw, they act like complete pieces of shit. Completely and totally pieces of shit. And you see it, you know, religiously. It's like It's part of the program. And if you look up a guy called Michael Wood, release the files. No, all these pedophiles in here don't want that to happen. They're big Trump supporters, don't you know? Don't you know? Trump converted to Judaism, sure did. We know his daughter did for sure. Trump did in secret ceremonies, but it's still being withheld. Because they know it. They know that they can't do that. But when they're in their little private circles and they're having a good time, they love saying how Trump's the first Jewish president. And Trump loves agreeing to it. It's fucking insane, man. It's insane. Karen, what's going on? How you doing? Look at this. I mean, it's if I miss your comment, understand, you can see it. It's crazy how even the YouTube algorithm has picked up on people doing the one letter thing. Because I'll show you, Karen. So it'll do the weird translator thing. Like the person writes K-I-K and then it puts, a weird translator thing in an and. And I notice it when you guys are too cowardly to actually say nigger, but you say it. And you do you do the thing where you put N-I-G. It usually does it where it edits it. And I was wondering about it. I just figured it out. It's figured you guys out. It's not going to let you do the N-I-G-G-E-R thing. It'll change it. That's pretty crazy. I mean, like I say, if you're a Trump supporter at this point, you're a pedophile. That's all you're saying to me. I don't see how anybody that's not a pedophile can support a pedophile. He crossed that line. This country is full of racist, sexist, homophobic people. And you can actually be racist, sexist, and homophobic outwardly, and you won't be received well, but it won't be a problem per se. And more than likely, you'll find other people that will back you. Like you've seen the Trump rallies at the corners of intersections and shit. Like they huddle together to protect each other. But as soon as it crosses into that pedo line, even if there are pedos there, they know that out in public you have to be like, no pedos. And it's this weird thing where people are, I don't know, it irritates me because people are acting like all of this is some sort of revelation, some sort of new, holy shit, Trump is in trouble for this? This motherfucker's been doing it the whole time. All of them have. All of those conspiracies that everyone was talking about for decades about pedophiles running the show, the Franklin cover-up. How many of you know about the Franklin cover-up? Any of you? Do any of you know about the Franklin cover-up? We haven't done that one yet. I don't think. So let's see.
What if you're dumb, foolishly thinking the next time you come, you won't do so much drinking? What if the linking is one time only? You still be sinking, following holy, roly-poly clergy people, bowing, cowering to sturdy steeples.
All right, here it is. The Franklin child prostitution ring allegations. The Franklin child prostitution ring allegations began in June of 1988. You remember hearing about all this, right? In Omaha, Nebraska. You buddy Billy boy. Cool, I am racist. What now? Well, I appreciate you acknowledging it. But, go fuck yourself, you cowardly bitch. There, that's the second part. Because we know you don't walk around telling people you're racist. You walk around like a coward. Too scared to say anything. But on the keyboard, you're going to be a big tough guy. Yeah, I'm racist, so what? Speak slowly so the Trump supporters can understand. Yeah. Franklin is the original Pizzagate. Last time I was on, guy, I wrote about 6 or 7 comments, yet you clearly weren't getting them. Good to see me. Yeah, well, for now, like you say, for now. You guys, I'm telling you, all the NIG, all that, it doesn't work. You might be trying, but it ends up coming across as stupid. I can't believe YouTube actually, fixes it, but they fucking fix it. It's weird. Fuck Epstein, fuck Trump. There you go. But, Trump and Epstein are the distraction. I know that sounds weird to say it, but they gave us the actor Trump on purpose. Everybody is focusing on the actor Trump and the dead guy, or at least the guy that's supposed to be dead. Huh? Black people can't be racist. Not in the United States. Black people in the United States can be prejudiced as a motherfucker, but they can't be racist. Only white people in the United States, well, white people and Jews can be racist in the United States. Racism is systematic. Is you control how much money goes into the school system, whether there's grocery stores with good produce and product and within reach, and there's way more to racism. Prejudice, everybody can be prejudiced. That's a thing. That's no big deal. And the reality is, if you want to get rid of black prejudice, then you get rid of white racism. Because black prejudice is only in response to white racism. And the reality is, if you get rid of white racism, you get rid of a lot of prejudice. You get rid of Asian prejudice, at least here in the United States. Asian prejudice and Arab prejudice. You get rid of all that shit that, like, the average white guy who's like, yeah, man, I don't discriminate against anybody, but it sure seems like everybody hates me. Well, it's because of all the other white people around you. The words racism and racist mean nothing because of people like you. I didn't know I had that power. That's pretty cool. I have that power. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a Latino who claims to be Catholic. I don't want to hear anything from your dumbass. You're as big a race traitor as anybody else. Look up the definition of racism. Okay. Look at, I love saying that because it makes white people so mad. It's like they act like the word, oh, it bothers them. No, black people can be racist. No, they can't. They're not racist. They don't control anything about you. Let's see. The allegations attracted significant public attention, public and political interest, until late 1990, when a separate state and federal grand juries concluded that the allegations were unfounded, and the ring was a carefully crafted hoax. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? In 1988, state and federal authorities began looking into allegations that prominent citizens of Nebraska, as well as high-level U.S. politicians, were involved in a child prostitution. I mean, to a lot of people, that might seem far-fetched, right? Or at least it used to. There's so much evidence for it. For you to think it's anything but true is just kind of foolish, ignorant arrogance kind of shit. But especially now, like nowadays, you go, hey, let's reopen that Franklin thing, because those same people that called that a hoax are calling this a hoax now too. This Epstein shit, right? Alleged abuse victims were interviewed who claimed that children in foster care were flown to the east coast of the United States to be sexually abused. Huh. That sounds very familiar, doesn't it? And into acting a fool. Yes, I am acting a fool. The accusations primarily centered on Lawrence E. King Jr. Gotta love that King last name. I can't see. Oh, we don't get any. Early life of this guy. We don't get to find out if his king means he's a friar. He might be one of the black ones though. Who ran the no, he's not. Who ran the now defunct Franklin Community Federal Credit Union in Omaha, Nebraska, and alleged that King hosted, quote, lavish parties at which minors were sexually abused. I mean, the fact that anybody pretends that somebody is just making this shit up. Why would anybody make this shit up? How did these guys, these random foster care kids in the 80s, it's not like they had access to the internet. How did they just all carefully construct this narrative and then place all the evidence everywhere and all that? It's the same story. You're going to see that it's the same story. Right? No, what you guys also notice, if you're paying attention, is that when I start actually providing you guys the official narrative, the evidence, for people that supposedly are they're not pedos, they're good people, it sure does seem to make the commenters just come out like crazy and just say as much dumb shit as they can, trying to deflect, trying to distract. Do you guys notice that? People just start talking out of nowhere. Nobody says, wait, what are you talking about, man? What is this? There were allegations of the same stuff that's happening now back in 1988? And there's this whole documented case of it? What are you talking? They don't say anything like that. They basically want me to stop talking about it, right? Why do they want me to stop talking about it so badly? Look at this guy. He's just flipping out. He can't help it right now. Joined 22 hours ago with no subscribers. Literally somebody made this channel specifically to just say that kind of stupid shit over and over again. Who do you think that is? Who is making profiles using a variation of my picture and all this? For me, I'm wrong, right? I'm wrong, right? Isn't that what you're saying? Why would there be so much effort put into a guy that is wrong about everything? Wrong about everything. And yet these guys, they come here day after day and literally spend hours saying the same things, begging for attention, not even addressing what's being said or debunking anything said, just saying dumb shit. You saw it. That guy was just repeating the same things over and over and over and over. And he's now made another profile just that quickly. Or he already had one. That's interesting. He had one from a month ago with no subscribers. So how many of you have multiple profiles like that? Do any of you? Any of you have multiple profiles that you use to troll, and when one gets blocked, you immediately sign into another one? Is that how that works for any of you? Is that how that works? He'll be back in a second with another profile. Very much like Team Jorge. You know what? Let's take a little break here. We'll come back to this in a second. You guys need to understand what we're dealing with. So there's a lot of people that are sort of new here, and they don't really understand what they're seeing. So, because, of course, you've never seen anything like this before. You've seen other truthers, and you've seen shit happen, but you've never seen anything like what's happening here, right? Watch. Oh, here we go. There's the next one. This channel is from another month ago with no subscribers. Let's see how many profiles they actually have, right? Let's see it. And they're signing out, signing in really, really quickly. Tell me if it doesn't sound like this, right? Let me see if I can explain it, because you know that dumbass isn't going to explain it. That dumbass isn't going to, put any light on this. So, Team Jorge, you can look it up on Wikipedia and you'll have the summary, or you can find multiple articles about it. Is the name given to an outfit of Israeli contractors specialized in the use of malign cyber activities, including hacking, sabotage, and bot farm run social media disinformation campaigns to manipulate the outcomes of elections. Yeah, they can't fuck with my page. They can only manipulate the outcomes of presidential elections, but fucking with some random dude's YouTube page, that's impossible. The group was exposed in February of 2023. Let's see. After an award-winning undercover operation from journalists from, I have to move, it says Israel and France, but then when you look a little bit lower, it's like, well, it's France, Germany, Indonesia, Israel, Kenya, Spain, Tanzania, and the United States. So where it says Israel and France as a part of a consortium of investigative journalists, the consortium is those other countries. The organization on paper has been active since at least 2015, just before Trump lost, but won the election by 2.7 million votes. Swore he was going to drain the swamp, that AIPAC swamp, and then AIPAC put him in office anyway. Remember that? Team Jorge. 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 At least 2015, and boasts of having manipulated 33. You guys like that 33 thrown in there? 33 presidential elections worldwide. Don't worry, white people. Many of them are in Africa. And in 27 cases with successful results. 82% of the time, 27 out of 33 times, this one Israeli Black Ops organization that was exposed. This one Black Ops organization that was exposed, just one of them, brags about manipulating presidential elections worldwide. Like there are hundreds, if not thousands, of Israeli Black Ops organizations out there. Thousands and thousands. If that's so funny. I just thought about something. Imagine just how many other organizations there are. But this one organization says 82% of the time they try to influence or interfere in a presidential election, they are successful. And this shit's on Wikipedia. It's so well known that it's on Wikipedia, and yet nobody does anything about it. You'll see lots of interviews with Sucker Dick talking about how proud he is that Facebook has eliminated 1,000 bot profiles out of China, 800 bot farm profiles out of the Philippines. You'll never see a one fucking story about Israel, and it just gets better. Watch. Their activities were revealed following a 2022 sting operation in Tel Aviv carried out by 3 undercover journalists who posed as prospective clients and filmed their interactions with Tal, T-A-L, Hanan, H-A-N-A-N, the group's leader and former Israeli Special Forces operative. He explained how it works. He said that Team Jorge has been active for at least 2 decades, for more than 2 decades, which sort of explains the 33 presidential elections thing, and has engaged in propaganda and disinformation activities in more than 30 countries. Again, well known apparently. Their services have been available to government intelligence agencies, political campaigns, and the best one, private companies that wish to covertly manipulate public opinion. It's so well known that it's a Wikipedia page fucking flat out saying, yeah, if you want to covertly manipulate public opinion and you got $6 million, just hit us up. And of course, there's no outcry. There's no urgency or even acknowledgement. The story was broken in 2022, and no major outlets picked it up, unless you were somebody weirdo like me, who used to Google Israel every morning, then click news, then click sort by date, so I could see what they were doing every day. And that's the only reason I happen to know about this, is because I checked that day. Otherwise, it just wasn't talked about anymore. One of the organization's primary tools is a software package called Advanced Impact Media Solutions, or AIMS. The software automates centralized control of thousands of fake social media profiles across the board. Now, when you read the article, you find out that it's actually worse than you think. First of all, saying bots isn't accurate. All the nerds that were a part of that consortium said it was tech that they had never seen before. That these bots could not only have conversations almost indistinguishable from humans, but each like, if it was, Israel bot 240, and it was an Israel bot 240 profile on Facebook, well, there was an Israel bot 240 profile on Instagram, YouTube, all these different things, all controlled by that same source, almost like it was a person. And that, again, this one Israeli Black Ops organization, using this one technology that is available to all of the Israeli Black Ops organizations, was able to create as many as 30,000 bots at any given time. So when you have a guy like Ian Carroll, who in March of 2023 just shows up on social media and has 300,000 following, and a month later he's on Rogan, well, all it takes is 10 of these groups go in full force, put the 30,000 bots into full force, liking Ian Carroll's shit, sharing it around, and all of a sudden you have, perfect controlled opposition right there. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Billy Carson who? Yes, it's actually insane. It's really fucking insane. But guess what? It gets better. It gets better. Because next we have act.il. This one is one of those Facebook pages that nobody's allowed to edit. Act.il was a social networking service used by supporters of Israel to oppose online, quote, online anti-Israel content, such as the BDS movement, boycott, divestments, and sanctions. This is a social networking service used to oppose the BDS movement. So they're secretly, outwardly trying to oppose an organization that doesn't, that just says, hey, stop giving money to these murderers. Its activities were referred to as a, quote, online propaganda campaign and a, quote, virtual situation room of pro-Israel experts. This is the good part. Pay attention to this. Act.il directed its users to, quote, missions. You know what a mission is? When I say missions, does that sound like a civilian activity? I'm going to send you on a mission. Like your mom might say that to you, but in a more official capacity, that's military, right? Its users to missions to like, comment on, and share pro-Israel material on social media. It also asked users to flag, report, and respond to criticisms of Israel. Users, let's listen to this. Users were guided on how to respond, which might entail writing a reply using the provided talking points. So, if you've ever ventured into this world where you speak out against Israel, you speak out against the Jews, whatever, you'll notice that they never say anything that matters. They never address what you're saying. They never address the arguments you're making. They never defend their shit and make it sound like, oh no, we're good because we help people and we do this. And they don't do anything like that. They literally attack you in the exact same way across the board. And usually that attack has to do with mental issues. You're schizophrenic. You need to take your meds, bud. Take your meds. You schizophrenic. That's delusional. Mental illness. Just like the same people that'll be like, you were molested as a kid. Like that's a joke. It's the same fucking weird ass psycho stupidity that pushes this bullshit. And these cult members, it's a fucking cult. This cult is inbred and stupid. So they need to be provided with talking points. They can't sit here and tell you anything like Judaism's good. It's good because of this. It's good because of that. We help the world this. We help, nothing. Israel's good. It helps this. Nothing. You won't see it. Show me the video. Show me the video online where what the talking heads are having a back and forth and the Jewish person is being nice and respectful and addressing the things being said and making points, saying shit that makes sense. Show me that video. I'd love to see it because I haven't. I've seen the opposite. I've seen the attack videos consistently. Anytime Anna Kasparian, I think her name is, whatever her last name is. I think it's Kasparian. Anytime she's allowed on TV, they just attack her. They don't attack her points. They don't attack what she says. They attack her. And you'll see it just consistently. My feed makes all the sense. My feed will point it out to you. The app also provided users with ready-made memes promoting Israel's perspective for them to share. Here you go. Here's the money shot, right? By completing missions, users earned points, unlocked badges, and had their scores displayed on leaderboards. What do you think unlocking badges means? Do you think those badges are prizes? New TV for so many points. New car for so many points. Trip to Israel for so many points. That's what unlocking badges is. That's why you have these people that come on here with a fake identity, a fake profile, joined YouTube 12 years ago, has 1 subscriber. They no pictures, they have, just some dumb fake name. And their goal is to get me to address them, to get you guys to address them. I don't know what the fucking point structure is. I'm not a part of that bullshit. But they get points. They've turned trolling people like me into a real life video game where there's real life points to be had. The problem being, they're all really stupid and inbred. Or inbred and stupid, whichever way you want to look at it. They can't actually do a good job. So if they can just distract, if they can just do that, then that's a bonus. But again, you all those things that they normally do to people, all this stuff that they normally say that gets people going and mad, doesn't work on me. So wait, you want to hear how it gets even better? It gets even better. So you always hear people talking about the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration. 1916, the Balfour Declaration. That's when Israel was first presented as an idea. That was the first time. People are so fucking dumb. The Jews have been colonizing and invading Palestine according to the narrative. Now, I'm not saying I believe the narrative, but according to the narrative for thousands of years. The whole time. All the first Aliyah, the second Aliyah, it's all just fucking stupid, and they've been doing it forever. But the controlled opposition that exists will say things like the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration should be called the Rothschild Declaration, because Balfour didn't do it. Rothschild did it, supposedly. I mean, again, to sit here and pretend like we know any sort of accurate history from that time is arrogant, foolish, kind of Christian behavior. But Rothschild commissioned the Declaration and just didn't want to put the Rothschild name on it because it would be too obvious. So the Balfour name was put on it. But that shit is nothing. The Balfour Declaration is just, it's nothing. It's dumb. It's distraction. It's, you know, they give you the answer before you have the question. That just simple, basic shit. Hey, in a couple of weeks, that tree over there with all the lights on it, there's going to be presents under there. And before you even ask, it's because Santa Claus put those presents there, not your parents who work really hard. Santa Claus did it. And so the kid is thinking, oh, well, you know, I wasn't even going to ask how the presents got there, or at least I might have, who knows, but now I don't even have to ask. You're giving me the narrative before I even ask the question. If they poison your brain with Christian bullshit, you for some reason think the vague nonsense that is Christianity is answers, and you don't ask any more questions. They've given you the answer. The world was created by God in 7 days, and da 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 da. You're given the answer, you don't ask the questions, especially when the answer tells you, hey, don't ask any fucking questions. If you ask questions, that's blasphemous. It's all about controlling your narrative. It's all about controlling your thought process. And the Bible is nothing but Jewish fairy tale, start to finish. So now we go with autumn emancipation. This is the thing you've never heard of, unless you've been here. Strange, nobody talks about it but me. Autumn emancipation is a pamphlet written in German, anonymously, in German, by Russian, Polish, Jewish doctor who, he's only a doctor because after law school he realized that Russia didn't allow Jews to practice law. So he became a doctor instead. Because that's how that works, right? Right? Document to, they attributed it to him later on. It was published anonymously. Published anonymously in German and then distributed to the world in 1882. Makes sense, right? Jewish doctor and activist Leon Pinsker in 1882. It is considered a founding document of modern Jewish nationalism, especially Zionism. Have you heard about that anymore? And that's modern Zionism. Did you guys know that there's something called proto-Zionism? Did you know that? No, you didn't. You thought Zionism was created by the Balfour Declaration or some dumb shit. Nope. In Zionism, when you have guys like Biden talking about, you don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist. I'm a Zionist. Like, you really can't do the stupidity in that statement justice. You know what? Most of you don't understand. So Zionism is an ethno-cultural nationalist movement that emerged in the late 19th century Europe. So the late 1850s, that's what or the late 1800s is what they're saying. Zionism emerged. The proto-Zionism, that was literally the exact same thing, that doesn't count. This modern Zionism is a new thing. In Europe, which primarily seeks to establish and support a Jewish homeland through the colonization of Palestine, a region which roughly corresponds to the land of Israel in Judaism, itself central to Jewish history. Zionists wanted to create a Jewish state in Palestine with as much land, as many Jews, and as few Palestinian Arabs as possible. The Zionist claim to Palestine was based on the notion that the Jews' historical right to the land outweighed that of the Arabs. You guys know that, right? So when people try to paint Zionism as not that bad, do you think maybe they're fucking stupid? You think maybe it has to do with their unbelievable stupidity? So, right? Jewish nationalism, especially Zionism. Oh, really? Well, give me some good points. Let's see what it says first and foremost. Lena Pinsker, the first thing it says is Pinsker discusses the origins of anti-Semitism and argued for Jewish self-rule and the development of a Jewish national consciousness. He wrote that Jews would never become the equals to non-Jews until they had a state of their own. He called on Jewish leaders to convene and address the problem. This is the part you really have to pay attention to. In the pamphlet, he describes anti-Jewish attacks as a psychosis, a pathological disorder, and an irrational phobia. You know, the whole you're crazy, take your meds, schizophrenia, you know, the same weak ass bullshit they do to this day goes all the way back to their founding documents. You see how that goes? So back to the Franklin cover-up. I had to show you. Sorry, I had to go in a little direction for a minute. The accusations, primary settlement on Lawrence E. King, who ran the now defunct Community Credit Union in Oklahoma. So his name is Larry King. But his last name is King, and he runs the bank. His name is Larry King, and he runs the bank. What do you think? You think maybe? I mean, again, look at the comment section. Look at everything that's been talked about, and they want to talk about me. I keep wanting to talk about the bigger picture. And instead of debunking the bigger picture or anything like that, they just keep trying to cry about me. I matter way more to them than the truth. That's a strange thing, right? And alleged that King hosted lavish parties at which minors were sexually abused. King was a rising figure, donor, and power broker in the Republican Party before the investigation, singing the national anthem at the 1984 Republican National Convention. Man, that's a pretty strange coincidence. Oh, I know. I know some people are, and I get it. But I have to point out that there's opposition here. There are ops here. And instead of literally focusing on anything I'm saying, pointing out anything I'm getting wrong, they keep trying to focus on me. So for those of you that are wondering, like, I wonder if he's telling the truth. I wonder how valid his points are. Points are so valid that they send in these ops to do this. And because they can't actually debunk what I'm saying, they just say stupid shit. Trust me, nobody here is sitting on some great argument that they're just waiting for the right time to drop it. They're waiting for me to say something. They're waiting for the proper opportunity, and then they're going to drop this huge argument that puts me in my place and shuts me up and all this other shit. That's not happening. Then the whole time prior to dropping that argument, they're just saying dumb shit and making those look dumber and dumber and losing more and more credibility until they can drop the hammer. If they had some hammer to drop, they would have dropped it by now. National anthem, Republican National Convention, and $100,000 on parties for the 1988 convention. Can you imagine? I mean, we're talking about like $700,000, 800, maybe $1 million in today's money. Can you imagine having $1 million that you could just spend on parties? I'm planning all these parties. I got $1 million just to spend it how I want. King had a luxurious lifestyle, chartering private jets and limousines and wearing expensive clothing and jewelry, including a $69,000 watch seized after he went into court-ordered receivership. He also owned multiple houses and businesses in Nebraska, alongside a house near Embassy Row, Washington, D.C., which he rented. The Franklin Credit Union was raided by authorities investigating the embezzlement of over $38 million in November of 1988. So, how do you shut the guy up, right? Without implementing all the other people involved? Well, you get him on money laundering or tax evasion or some shit like that. And you say to him, listen, man, you can say all you want, but we're going to fuck your family up if you do. You take this shit, you take this charge, we'll make sure you spend your time in a cushy-ass prison. You'll do a couple of months to a couple of years, and then everything will be forgotten. And when you get out, you'll have a nice little nest egg waiting for you. You know, your family will have been well taken care of, and everything will go like nothing ever happened. Or you can run your mouth and we kill everybody. Like, of course, this guy's going to do what he's already been doing what he's told to do. My wife finds loogies in the sink. She's not going to be happy. Investigations. The Nebraska legislature organized a state committee in December of 1988 to look into both the credit union embezzlement and the child prostitution allegations, named the Franklin Committee, led by State Senator Lauren Schmidt, with Ernie Chambers acting as vice chair. I mean, again, this guy is the president of a bank, and I know that's prestigious and all. But he has to have, been doing something to be in the position he's in. Multiple houses and vehicles and $69,000 watch. Go, dude, I don't want to close your tail. Numerous conspiracy theories spread after the committee was announced, claiming that the alleged abuse was part of a widespread series of crimes, including devil worship. Completely invalidated right there. Devil worship. To anybody that doesn't believe in that bullshit, that's just silly. But to anybody that does believe in it, to go, oh, the devil. Oh, well, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to know anything. Come on, let's go. Come on, dude, it's too cold. Devil worship is terrible. Cannibalism, which we know they do. Drug trafficking. And CIA arms dealing. It's always the same shit. This reminds me of the Vegas shooting. I think Scooper of Coop is a controlled opposition guy. And the thing about the best controlled opposition is what makes them the best is their truth. They do tell the truth. If they were just like, you couldn't have controlled opposition if that opposition isn't telling secrets, isn't saying things he's not supposed to say. And so you can learn a lot from these controlled ops as long as you don't think like they're infallible. They said this thing correctly, so that means everything they say is correct. No. That's what they hope happens. And for most people, they're so, if you're just now cracking out of the show and you're just now like looking around and being like, this shit's a lot worse than I thought. You're in this weirdly desperate position where you're vulnerable. You've been in the societal bubble for so long, and we're like that. We want to be social and accepted and all that other shit. And so, when you're used to being within a community and then you break from that community, you want to be in another community as soon as possible. There's a void that's there. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Make breakfast.
What do you want?
Butter toast.
I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. It's always interesting to watch it all play out. To watch it all play out. It's like impossible, right? It's impossible that I'm wrong, and yet nobody can show me how. And what are you going to even tell me I'm wrong about? Are you going to sit here and try to argue that the Franklin thing isn't real, or the Pizzagate thing isn't real, or the church raping children thing isn't real? Like, what part? I don't fall for the other conspiracy people. And anybody that's telling you, they're a truther, they've looked into things, they've delved deep inside the conspiracy, this, that, and the other, and yet they still believe in Jesus. Like, it just doesn't. It's stupid. It's a joke. Like, you have to be fucking kidding me. There's no way you can believe in Jesus and then call yourself a truther. Those things don't go together. How could you possibly pretend like you're looking for truth when you believe like the ultimate Big Brother sort of fake fairy tale story? Get it over with. I'll bring back with the rest. If you just open it, but you leave the last little corner attached, then you don't have to worry about the lid. Angel, so do you just take me? I'm self-motivated for sure. Like, Nobody has to tell me to speak out against these things, right? And but I am a human, and the you want to be right. You want to be, you want your shit to matter. But again, I don't need to be pat on the back to know I'm right. However, the fact that I can't be shown to be wrong, that's extremely validating. I've given you my kryptonite time and time again, right? You really want to bother me. You really want to make things rough for me. You really want to hurt my feelings. Make me look stupid. Prove how I've been lying about something. Prove how I'm foolishly wrong about something that's super obvious and I'm just getting it wrong like a dumbass. Attack my ego. Because at the end of the day, like, all you guys do is bolster it. You guys make me, you validate what I'm doing and saying. Because it's hard to find. It can be hard to find validation of these things. Our society is specifically set up to protect the pedos, to protect the institution. So you're going to find a lot of, closed doors and shit. But when you realize that, again, this is their best. This is the very best the opposition can bring. You go, oh, hey, wait a minute, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I'm figuring this shit out because, why don't they just smash me? It just doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't make sense the way it's presented. Everything always makes sense. It just depends on how you look at it. Ah, fuck. Strange, man. Remember, at the end of the day, I'm going, hey, we should kill pedos and overthrow the Jewish control scheme that has us all slaves. And there are people that set their alarm. There are people that never miss a day so they can come here and not even tell me I'm wrong. They literally only come to talk shit like I'm wrong, but they never actually tell me what I'm wrong about or anything like that. It's the strangest shit, unless you look at it for what it is, which is, it's the pedophiles. Who else would it be? Other than the Jews and the pedophiles, who else is going to have such a targeted effort towards it? I mean, I would think the church would be, but we know the church is full of cowards. Christians are just cowards. Even with the anonymity of the internet, Christians are still cowards. So what is the... other than pedos and Jews, who is going to be this obsessed with me?
Helicopter is insane.
What the hell? Just eat it. And dude, seriously, Nissus.
I ate it.
Jackass. Jackass! Hey! Stop it. Why do you two keep fighting? You're brothers. Brothers don't fight. You're brothers. What are you doing? You're brothers. Oh. You're the jackass. You're the jackass. Right? It's just fucking silly. It's just silly. You're just... You guys are funny, man. In July 1990, private investigator Gary Caradori, hired by the Franklin Committee to investigate the allegations, died along with his 8-year-old son when their plane disintegrated in midair near Chicago. What? How does your shit disintegrate? Foul play was suspected by Caradoni's brother and State Senator Lauren Schmidt, but was not proven by investigators. No definite cause of the crash has been established. That's what the scary part is, man. Because in your head you think, well, so if something happens, then blah, blah. This is what they do. They control all aspects of it. They control, the investigation, the morgue, the news covering it. Everything is carefully crafted and controlled by the same group of people. The same people committing a literal genocide as we speak, taking our money to do it, and then shit talking us if we dare to condemn it. It's the same people. It's just the same fucking shit all throughout the narrative. And that's why I'm so gung ho. Why would I ever waste time talking about the low end shit? I'm gonna sit here and talk about Trump and talk about, it's foolish. It's what they distract us with. Trump is the best distraction they've used since like Bush. Well, I guess Obama was a pretty good distraction too, because we were all so distracted by the race stuff. You know, you had white people showing their true colors and black people. My grandfather said, I don't care what he says. I'm going to support him in anything just because he's black. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, don't you realize that's the exact same racism that you were prejudice that you have been experiencing and rallying against your whole life? Like, you're going to now do it back? Hell yeah. he was gung ho. He wasn't even shy about it. Fuck them. They can experience what they've done to us all these years. And you can't blame him. This man had his Olympic dreams snatched from him just because he was black. They stole They stole his Olympic dreams, gave it to some much less qualified individual, and this was a different time, so not much he could do about it. He ended up, after the guy came home from the Olympics, where he of course didn't win. If the guy was wrestling anywhere within the 200-mile radius of here, he would go there and beat his ass, like bad, like not beat him up, but wrestle him and just smash him. After work, he'd drive, however many hours it took to get there, smash the guy, and then get right back in his car and come home and go to work the next day. He was bitter, and you can't blame him. It's fucking insane. He could have been an Olympic fucking medalist, and he probably would have won. Everybody said he was the best around. He was the best that they had seen. And it's just shocking. It's shocking how close the racism all is. And really, I've experienced more racism than most people of color have. And by experiencing it, it's not saying it was necessarily directed towards me, but I experienced it. I saw it. I know that the difference between me and black people is that white people are dumb. And as long as you don't have like dreadlocks and real dark skin, you'll think that you're a fucking you're a white person. Or they'll think that you're something. And white people are dumb enough again to be like, oh, I'll make fun of, if the black guy's in the room, I'll make fun of Asians and Arabs and every other group of people there are. But I swear I'm not racist. Like, as soon as the black guy leaves the room, they don't start talking shit. But I've seen what white people look like and how they behave when they think they're safe. When they think there's no black people around them or people of color around them. And they literally will say just the most awful things. You'd be shocked.
Thank you, Brian, Dell, Susan, Polly, Andrew.
I think a lot of the so in our country is so racist that white people make up 69% of the country, unless it's the people that consider themselves white but they have Hispanic in their backgrounds. Then if you take those tainted people out, then white people only make up 55% of the population. But it's that sort of racism that is just ingrained in shit. But I know like a guy used to work with Little Chris. When he told everybody he was Mexican, we were all like, what? He was like, yeah, my dad's Mexican. And nobody even thought about it. He could speak Spanish, and we were like, how the fuck you speaking Spanish so well? Did you take it in school? No, I grew up. I'm fucking half Mexican. We were shocked. And I'm sure a lot of those Mexicans have experienced that too, where you see white people when they think they're safe. And it's pretty ugly. It's ugly. The Nebraska State Foster Care Review Board submitted the result. Hold up. Hey. All right. A couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, whatever. I pretty definitively proved that the sleeping sickness is associated with vaccines. I need to get in touch with that guy. That's what I need to do today. Anyway, the Nebraska State Foster Care Review submitted the results of a 2-year investigation into the illegal physical and sexual abuse of the foster children and to the executive board of the Nebraska legislature, who were investigating the reports of child sex abuse linked to the credit union. People associated with each other. Interesting how that works. In July 1990, a separate county investigation by a grand jury in Douglas County, where Omaha, Nebraska is situated, determined the abuse allegations were baseless, describing them as a carefully crafted hoax. Can you imagine? You finally get the courage to stand up and actually out these guys. Like, it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there like that. But, people that do, they deserve a lot more credit, especially in a society that will routinely call them a liar or ask them what they were wearing or something like that. And indicating indicting two of the original accusers on perjury charges. The grand jury suspected that the false stories originated from a fired employee of Boys Town who might have, quote, fueled the fire of rumor and innuendo because of personal grudges, but refused to name someone as the source of these stories. Yeah, I'm not in the files at all. They make everybody else. It's the Democrats. It's a hoax. It's a Democratic hoax. Okay, cool. Well, then release the files. Nah. Are we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? What? something here. Hang on a second. Um, yeah, yeah. Where's the Franklin cover up? What the fuck?
In the light and be proud of our accomplishment. Left without rights. If their story wasn't nonsense, then it would have to be that if people on the bottom end could end up controlling the game means you can reach old daydreams through hard work and maybe luck. Or maybe the sheep they're raising, Stockholm Syndrome, keeps them stuck. Maybe it's all corrupt, biblical ruse to fool the ages. The facts just don't add up.
I'm kind of upset about this right now. Some conspiracy. It's really weird. Well,
If I was pushing Jesus, I would be world famous. It's much easier to earn and keep with their anus, but what should have been doing,
find something. Oh,
be considered to wish something so damn dangerous. That ain't strange that such nonsense holds favor. The game is
are you still here? No.
They'd have violently tailored my slate to match. You'd then happily pay for the diamonds I snatch up.
All right.
But I fall through the cracks while I try redefining all of the wine.
State Senator and Franklin Committee head Schmidt called the grand jury report a strange document, adding, "That is the kindest thing I can say about it." In September 1990, a federal grand jury also concluded that the abuse allegations were unfounded and indicted 21-year-old Alicia Owen, an alleged victim, on 8 counts of perjury. Did she know what she was wearing that day? If she didn't know the exact outfit she was wearing, she's probably lying. Owen served 4.5 years in prison. The same federal grand jury later indicted King and multiple officers of the credit union with embezzlement of funds. In 1991, King pleaded guilty to assisting in embezzling $39 million and was sentenced to 15 years in prison. In spite of the findings of the grand jury, Paul Bonacci, a witness who was also charged by the grand jury but ultimately not convicted, filed a civil suit against King the same year. Bonacci won the case after King failed to defend himself, leading the judge to award a default judgment, which didn't get anything out of, I'm sure. It's amazing how Ted Gunderson isn't fucking mentioned in this report even a little bit. When Ted Gunderson, former FBI chief Ted Gunderson, is one of the big people involved in exposing this, right? And I love how you can tell, like, the Israeli bot trolls are like watching the video intently. And they're commenting on things that happen in the video or things that have, some things that have been said, but things that might be happening in the background. So they're definitely, desperately looking for anything to talk about but what I'm talking about. Not only do they not condemn what I'm talking about, they don't even want us talking about it. And they want to talk about other things. They keep wanting me to talk about personal stuff instead of the bigger picture. Because, you know, that seems like a pretty surefire sign of obsession to me. But what do I know? Belch.
That way they make sure we're asleep. When you only swim with sharks, it's best you're not a sheep. Yet if the codes they use are cheap.
If you only swim with sharks, it's best you're not a sheep. 1992, former Nebraska State Senator John DeCamp, DeCamp, I guess, released a book titled The Franklin Cover-Up, alleging that the conspiracy theories about the sex trafficking ring were true, and that the investigations into the credit union had covered up the abuse. What did I say? What a surprise. Somebody else saw it too? During the initial investigation in '89, DeCamp was sent a memo to journalists containing 5 names of those he alleged were involved in the ring. DeCamp was admonished by lawmakers for releasing the memo, with the grand jury later concluding that DeCamp had made the allegations for, quote, personal political gain and possible revenge for past actions alleged against him. It's either or they're so proud of their alphabet knowledge. I don't think so. Following the book's release, DeCamp filed a lawsuit against the grand jury over its final report and conclusions. He must have won because it doesn't say what happened. In 1993, a Yorkshire TV film crew traveled to North America to create a documentary about the allegations called Conspiracy of Silence. It's a good one. Interviewing DeCamp, Bonacci, and others involved in the scandal. The film was pulled from the network's release schedule before it could be aired. An unfinished cut later surfaced online. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I can't believe... Let's see. So Ted Gunderson has a page. Let's see if it will connect it. Theodore L. Gunderson, November 7th, 1928, July 31st, 2011. Died an old man. Was an American Federal Bureau of Investigation agent, author, and conspiracy theorist. How do you even begin to say that? How do you say that the guy that was involved in the FBI and is now telling secrets is just a crazy conspiracy theorist? Some of his FBI casework included the death of Marilyn Monroe and the assassination of JFK. So you think maybe he has a little bit of credibility? 2 of the biggest cases of the time he worked on them. Probably the biggest case that's ever happened, really. I mean, in modern times, what's bigger than a president being killed? Obviously, when a president pretends to be shot, it's a big deal for a minute, but then afterward, nobody investigates or talks about it. He was the author of a best-selling book, How to Locate Anyone Anywhere Without Leaving Home. In later life, he researched a number of topics notably including satanic ritual abuse. Dun, dun, dun. Ted Gunderson was born in Colorado Springs. He graduated from the University of Nebraska in 1950. I mean, I guess an FBI guy, you're not going to get a lot of history on him. I don't know. December of 51, Gunderson joined the Federal Bureau of Investigation under J. Edgar Hoover. Makes you wonder if the University of Nebraska is a hotspot recruitment place, like the place where Charlie was killed. Is said to be a real high recruitment place for CIA and whatnot. Makes you wonder if this is one of those. Nebraska is. I mean, we know that the shit going on underneath Nebraska don't make no sense.
Hooray! But you're still a clown shoe. Yay! Now there's a song about you. Hooray! Too bad you're still a clown shoe.
Under J. Edgar Hoover, who we all know was a good old Jedgar. He was a good guy, huh? He held posts as an assistant special agent in charge in New Haven and Philadelphia. In 1973, he became the head of the Memphis FBI office, and in 1975 became head of the Dallas FBI office. In 1977, Gunderson was appointed head of the Los Angeles FBI. I mean, again, those seem like some pretty substantial credentials to me. Also, could very well be, an agent provocateur on the highest level. But either way, he's highly credited. He's highly accredited. 1979, he was one of a handful interviewed for the job of FBI director, which ultimately went to William H. Webster. After retiring from the FBI, Gunderson set up a private investigation firm, Ted L. Gunderson and Associates in Santa Monica. In 1980, he became a defense investigator for Green Beret Dr. Jeffrey R. MacDonald, who had been convicted of the 1970 murders of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters. Gunderson obtained affidavits from Helena Stokely, confessing to her involvement in the murders, which she claimed had in actuality been perpetuated by a satanic cult of which she was a member. Ooh.
It's Kanye, it's Kyrie, and Jews.
Stokely later took and passed a polygraph with the military examiner, concluding that Stokely truthfully believed she was present at MacDonald's home during the murders. She believed it doesn't mean it was true. It doesn't fit the narrative, goddammit. Fucking Super Bowl Sunday, isn't it? Or that's tomorrow.
Exactly what they're finding, so goddamn offensive.
Oh shit, Olympics. Hell yeah. Do what they do. Doesn't matter what it is. I just like watching the best. Gotta love how I'm knocked out. Speaking of the best, I have 2 viewers, 7 likes, and oh god, won't be watching that though. Not about to watch girls hockey. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck do I want to watch this shit for? Shut the... God damn it. I'm all excited. You know what's crazy is when you watch watch the ski jump. That shit is so fucking nuts. Talk about dangerous and crazy. I said Sharif. I thought it was Shafir. I said Sharif. I thought it was Sharif. I should have said Sharif. Or I thought it was Shafir. I should. His name is Shafir. I said Sharif because that's what I thought his name was. But I'm glad I didn't, to a degree, I guess. Because I don't know. I wish I would have said it. Sometime afterwards, Stokely changed her story and denied ever having seen MacDonald and was adamant she was not involved. She denied any culpability in murders and any knowledge of who may have committed acts. On her deathbed, at the age of 31, Stokely changed her story one final time and reiterated and reaffirmed that she was present during the murder of MacDonald's family and that MacDonald himself was innocent. Gunderson became a leading figure of the far right and a leading anti-government conspiracy theorist. Sounds fucking believable, man. So what happened with McDonald? I mean, he must have been let go, or else they would have left it in there to be like, aha, you didn't get out. Gunderson was involved in the McMartin preschool case at the heart of the 1980s satanic panic. Numerous statements supporting the truth of the supposed abuse ring, and became a, quote, recognized spokesman on the dangers of satanic ritual cults. Remember how when I said in the beginning that either way he's credentialed, whether he's an agent provocateur or he's really telling the truth, and the you know, it's important that people believe in Satan. It's important that you believe in satanic ritual abuse and cults and all that, because when shit that they do gets exposed, there has to be another explanation. It always happens to fit the Friar explanation perfectly. But because the Friar explanation, the synagogue of Satan, matches the other one, it works as a great cover. So was this FBI agent's job to get people to focus on that element of it? Anything else? I mean, that's interesting. And that's the weird part about being where I am. You know, you don't just accept anything. You question your side just as much as you question the other side. Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah, it's cold. That's never fun. I don't love when bills show up, especially after you just pay a huge bill. And they're like, oh, cool, you paid a part. I don't hear you owe us a lot more. You know, the whole electric company water bill monopoly is such bullshit. They're not making electricity that you're using X amount of dollars of. You just tap into the network. There's a constantly flowing power circuit that your house is attached to. And they can turn it off from the system. They don't even have to come to your house anymore. They just flip a switch and now your access is cut off. But you're not using like a power equivalent money-wise that makes sense. It's just power that's available, whether we use it or not. Same thing with the water. You understand that the water that comes out of your faucet has been pissed in and shit in a zillion times. It's supposedly clean, but how clean can it be? Well, we're able to clean 97.3% of all the turds out. That's still a 3% turd. Yeah, but then we hit it with a bunch of chemicals, so it's like it's disguised as the turd flavor behind chemical. Oh, okay, that makes me feel better then. They put the fucking fluoride in the water, and the fluoride, according to the studies, might have a 3 to 26% chance of preventing cavities in adult teeth. It might. It's literally stupid as shit. It's them figuring out a way to put fucking toxic waste byproduct, the byproduct of fertilizer production, into the drinking water supply, and we go, well, no, you better not take it out. I need the fluoride for my cavities. It's so fucking crazy how stupid we are just across the board. And to see this, you know, I can't help it anymore. When I first heard about Ted Gunderson, I was all like, Ted Gunderson, he's a FBI chief, blah, 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 blah. When I'm reading it this time, there's that voice. Hey, you notice he's like the head of this, right? The head of that, right? What do you think the chances are that they just use that? Like the whole UFO narrative. The invaders from outer space narrative is a CIA creation to cover up the fact that they're testing all kinds of shit that they don't want us to know they have. So when you look at how people were demonized, people lost their livelihoods, people lost family and friends and all that because they would say, I saw this crazy triangle shaped object flying in the sky doing things that other planes can't do. It had to be something crazy. And they were like, nah, you're crazy. Or they said, I saw a light at nighttime and it was moving all around and it was doing all these different things that nothing can do that. It has to be a UFO. Okay, crazy. It's a UFO, crazy. In 1989, the system was like, oh, by the way, we have this stealth technology, these stealth fighters, these stealth bombers. Turns out they've had them since at least the 40s, but maybe even the 30s and earlier. We don't know how early that shit goes back. But they've had stealth since documented at least the 40s. And so all those people that claimed they saw some weird wing-shaped, triangle-shaped aircraft, and they were ridiculed. They were made to think they were crazy. Their families went against everything that happened to these people just for being like, hey, I saw something. Turns out they were right. They did see a winged aircraft, and guess what? It was the government. And it was that same government that attacked them for saying it. The same government that tricked their loved ones into ridiculing this person for expressing something like, hey, I saw something. Why are you guys even turning against me? What the fuck is going on here? Why would I lie about seeing something? I'm just some normal nobody. I don't even want the attention. And then here we are now, it's 2026. And you can go to Walmart and for $100 or less, you can buy yourself a really phenomenal drone that with the light on it can do all kinds of crazy shit planes can't do. And what do you think? They gave us the drone technology right after they created it? No. People thought drones and stealth aircraft were UFOs. Test that shit out in the middle of the fucking daytime. How else are they going to see all the best, performance and all that? If they test it, they just tell you you're crazy for seeing it. I mean, if you just look at the Roswell story, it doesn't make any sense. It's full of holes. It's bullshit. And it's how they did it. While also convincing us that the earth is round and that there's space travel. We can go to the moon. By 2026, we'll be the Jetsons. We'll be flying in cars. We'll be eating pills for dinner. And it's just how they did things, man. And it still works works perfectly. Perfectly. Their system works. They don't need to change anything. It's getting to the point where they're going to have to start changing shit. And they're scared. There's a lot more of me's around them than there's ever been. But at the same time, they're not smart enough to change it. They've been running from the same playbook for such a long time that the inbred stupidity isn't capable of coming up with other things. That's why we keep seeing the same stories being run. That's why we're literally seeing this same Franklin cover-up story coming out in the Epstein story. And it's literally like Epstein, Epstein's associated with this. It just hasn't been connected yet. Are you home? Chubby? Recognized spokesman of the dangers of satanic ritual cults. I mean, think about this. In the 80s, how did you even become a satanic ritual cult? How would you even find cult members? There's no internet. You know? You're going to go check out your local library's section on satanic books. You ever ask yourself who publishes those books? Why they're in the library? But how would they have found, other people? Oh, by the way, I am a Satan worshiper, especially when so many of them are like secret Satan worshipers. Like, I get it when it's the ones that have a safety pin through their ear and a big spiky mohawk. Oh, it's so scary. Look at the mohawk. I'm pretty sure the comment section, no, guess I was wrong. I was going to say, I think the comment section got shut off, but let's see. In a 1995 conference in Dallas, Gunderson warned about the proliferation and purported secret occultist groups and the danger posed by the New World Order, a conspiracy theory about an alleged shadow government that would be controlling the United States government. And the thing about all of those kinds of conspiracy theories, they have like goofy names like the New World Order. Those kinds of names hide it. Because what is a New World Order? Who is the New World Order? You have to be told who New World Order members are before you can identify them. But if you were to switch that whole New World Order thing out with the Friars, it fits perfectly. Maybe it was word of mouth. Yeah, right. Yeah. In the 80s, all of these little communities of satanic worshipers just spread through word of mouth. I lived in the 80s. I don't ever remember somebody being like, hey, there's a satanic cult. You want to go check it out? Literally, never. Not once. And I was a nutbag. By the 90s, I'm already a teenager, and I'm a latchkey kid. So I have freedom like most adults don't. It wouldn't be this monumental, dangerous thing to the to the country if it's just based on word of mouth. That just doesn't work. Something, doTERRA is the biggest oil company in the world based on word of mouth. But it's because their products they're everywhere, and you can proudly talk about this in any sort of setting, and you talk about it loudly because you hope other people overhear you. Where are all these Satan communities popping up from? And again, where are they getting their information from in the 80s? It's really hard to put yourself in that mindset. In 2026, it's hard to sort of understand what it was like to not have a cell phone in your hands, and at the very least, not be able to just go look something up. In the 80s, if the argument was happening, it was an argument. And you just had to sort of admit that one of you is wrong. Let's not fight about this. I'm not big enough to admit that I'm wrong. So let's just end this. But you didn't know. Who were they recruiting? How were they recruiting? In any city, any town in America, we have the Bible Belt towns, but like where I live is basically like just a suburban multi-city blah blah blah. If you or whatever, if modern situation, if you say I'm a Satanist, you start flying a Satan flag outside you're going to be attacked. And this is not, this is in the days where the police can't do it without getting in trouble. Back then, the police would come to your house. I mean, people need to understand that, like, in the mid 1900s, they were doing lobotomies on gay people. Gay people were supposed to be like this big problem, and people had to pretend they weren't gay because they were in fear of being kidnapped by the government and given a lobotomy. Were they looking for degenerates? I'm sure when it came down to doing stupid shit, just like in any situation where you have a plan, in the works, you're planning out a year plus in advance. God damn it. I'm in fucking pain today. It's just like you hear, like the TSA has never stopped somebody from doing like a terrorist something or somebody from fucking with some shit in a plane or something without that person having been led there by the FBI, by the system, that recruited, like the whole first World Trade Center was all orchestrated by the FBI. It's been shown that all those people were hired and recruited by the FBI. So when you're planning on, some sort of false flag bullshit, then yeah, maybe, somebody's getting recruited some way or another. You're going after degenerates, but the way that this shit is presented is that these are the, you don't know them. They're the rich people in your town. They're secret Satan worshipers, secret satanic cults, but it's people you would never expect. This isn't like just the Mohawk people. And then this whole notion of the shadow government and shit, like it's we now call it the deep state. And the term deep state was propagated by Trump, man. Most people heard the term deep state either directly from Trump or because Trump said it and somebody heard it and then they said it. Oh, it's not my fault. The bad stuff, I take credit for all the good stuff, but the bad stuff, no, that's the deep state that does that. Well, who's the deep state? Who am I? Who am I to expose the deep state? I'm just the president. It's fucking stupid. He also claimed that a slave auction in which children were sold by Saudi Arabian agents to men had been held in Las Vegas, that 4,000 ritual human sacrifices were performed in New York City every year. New York City, and that the 1995 bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah building in Oklahoma City was carried out by the U.S. government. Oh, gee, the Oklahoma City bombing, carried out by the government. Like, all this shit's, like, coming out. It's all pretty obvious. Gunderson also claimed that in the United States there is a secret, widespread network of groups who kidnap children and infants and subject them to ritual abuse and subsequent human sacrifice. Again, you would think like this story would be really blowing up right now in the wake of the Epstein stuff. All these people that were involved in this cover-up should be, being outed and either put in jail now if they're still alive or at least have their name smeared.
And while the chosen TV stations put in place and pushing growth, each rose and education of the AIDS and landscape is a no
the Southern Poverty Law Center. Yeah, the SPLC, they have commercials right now on TV talking about you can't say anything bad about the Jews. Don't say stuff bad about the Jews. Even if they do bad stuff, don't say it. SPLC believed Gunderson, quote, played a pivotal role in the anti-government patriot movement. Anti-government patriots. Patriotism. Gunderson alleged the United States government was preparing for mass executions by setting up 1,000 internment camps and purchasing 30,000 guillotines. You mean the FEMA camps that we all know exist now? He was also an architect of the conspiracy theories around the Oklahoma City bombing. There's a movie called called A Noble Lie. There's a song called A Noble Lie. I mean, there's a movie called A Noble Lie. If you can find it, you absolutely should.
Why don't you remember Oklahoma? A noble lie that feels like counting sheep. How do we awaken from the coma if most of us don't think we are asleep? April 19th, 1995. Forgotten the grief, yet died. The noble lie applied that day is often described in so many ways as an act in a play, a well-thought script, molding the clay for the grapes to exist. Sift through the grit, the cover-up's there. If you need evidence, just look everywhere. There are plenty of tears, holes in the story, like the time of the terror, or maybe more importantly, the lack of conformity when it comes to the number of attacks on that morning, like the 2 claps of thunder most heard from under the soles of their feet. And look at the plunder, the damage exceeds, according to geeks who test all this stuff, what a truck on the street was capable of. Why don't you remember Oklahoma? A noble lie that feels like counting sheep. How do we awaken from the coma if most of us don't think we are asleep? Why can Big say blow up like the World Trade? But if you say Oklahoma, it's not gonna get played. Kid Rock displays just what I knew. In Badass, he relays that he is the cream, living the dream, and to rhyme with diploma, he proudly screams, blow up like Oklahoma. Of course, you know the verse is inaudible, but who forces the comb? Call him the audible. Who is the naughty fool pulling the strings, wearing the gaudy jewels, dressing as king? Like the Lord of the Rings, their story is magic, important you bring in a person to static. The time-tested tactics they make you only imagine. You didn't see everyone who saw Timmy McVeigh and John Doe number 2. I don't remember another guy that feels counting sheep. How do we awaken from the coma if most of us don't think we are asleep?
You gotta hear this in the car. It sounds so good.
Well, officially,
Or headphones.
he never existed. Although the country fully enlisted so much of our gifted government forces, 2 months later we quit it. Full term aborted. A story by Eyes Upon Eyes. Then Reno reported, oh, we have our gods. A couple of prize, Michigan crazies. Go back to your life. Forget all the babies that maybe just maybe could have been saved if they got the same Mayday somebody gave the ATF slaves the morning of. Somebody's page said, for the love of great God above, don't go to work. Why show them love and leave all the hurt for those in the shirts with ragged blue collars? A noble live birth for much more than dollars.
So, A Noble Lie is a movie, a conspiracy movie, conspiracy theory, that basically, the thing that makes conspiracy theory movies so effective is that they're not forcing you to believe some shit. They're not showing you a narrative and then being like, don't believe this. Don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you remember. Don't believe any of it. Just believe what we tell you. As we change the story, just go with it. And the conspiracy movie does the opposite. The conspiracy movie is like, all right, here, this is the narrative. This is everything that happened, including all the stuff that's now left out. What do you think? And they don't get it. It's like we're too smart to be shown bullshit and be forced to believe it when these random people can make a film that like the whole flat earth argument, right? The earth shape argument. It's 2026. If the earth is round, nobody should believe it's not. It should be very definitive that it's not, or that it's round, and there's no, there's no question, because all you have to do is look here. You can see it for yourself. There's any sort of questions that you have can be easily answered, and there's nothing that goes against that narrative. The best. Look at the crybaby. Again, instead of actually coming with some sort of argument one way or another, well, my grandfather, my uncle built them. It's the same shit that anybody that talks about the jet fuel conspiracy. Well, my uncle works on plane wings and he says that it's there. And where's all the evidence of it? You have dumbasses that are going to come on here, and they're the dumb Christians, the dumb Israel supporters, the dumb Trumps. It's always the same, like, basic framework. And they just say the same dumb shit. You must have never watched the movie. Sure. But A Noble Lie is something you should watch. You should try to find it. It's pretty readily available, I think, nowadays. You can find it for free.
All along the way.
And if you can watch A Noble Lie, afterwards you're like, yeah, obviously it worked out exactly the same way they said it, then I'd love to hear from you. And a thing that sort of made me go in this direction was one of the best. I mean, A Noble Lie is the best. But another, a kid recently, a kid that came out, that's page really blew up shortly after it came out that Israel's paying people $7,000 a month to be what they want. Remember that shit, right? Belch. He's made one of the best multiple part documentaries I've seen on Oklahoma City. And if you have a chance, look up Scooper of Coop, Oklahoma City stuff. They're good videos. And like I say, the best controlled opposition is going to give you truth. And as soon as the truth starts getting to a certain place, well, they'll back off. Like Cooper's a huge religious nutbag.
From what are you saved? Did you do something wrong? Do you refuse to obey or not sing along? But what if the song speaks
speaks in a language you don't wish to belong, knowing damn well it's dangerous. And when you're viewed as a stranger, just trust me, you will be. Remember the anger thrust on us is building up, and the ceiling might just hold back water, concealing the feeling we're cattle to slaughter.
Let's see. In New York City every year, and that. Gunderson also claimed that in the United States, there is a secret. We already did that. Secret widespread group of networks kidnap children and infants. Sovereign Poverty Law Center, Oklahoma City. He was also the architect of the conspiracy around the Oklahoma City bombing, promoting the narrative of an FBI cover-up and the idea that if McVeigh was one of the bombers, then it was due to secret government mind control. Have you seen the guy, Paul, or... I mean, like, Timothy McVeigh was the director of operations of FBI operations in Florida. Paul Wolsol or Sol, something like that. It's pretty obvious that guy existed, like, to this day. Timothy McVeigh wasn't killed, all that shit. Like, it's pretty obvious. There's actually some people out there that are looking into it. That the guy that looks like he's kind of Jewish, got a big nose, glasses, he talks like this. He's a pretty prominent truther. He just called the FBI director, like the directory, and asked to be connected to, and then they acted all weird, like, oh, he doesn't work here anymore, and we can't give out any information. And yes, he's a government, he's a civil servant, but he doesn't work. Like, it was a weird phone call. You should see if you can find it on Facebook. It's there. Red Dawn, have you watched it? You should. You disagree with me. I'm agreeing with you. Missed my first comment. Didn't come through. Are you talking about Red Dawn, or are you talking about, oh my God, now you made me forget it. The Hunt for Red October. I think that's what you're talking about. Red Dawn is with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're talking about The Hunt for Red October. And, yeah, I also saw the White House get blowed up by a laser from a fucking an alien spaceship in Independence Day. Do you think that actually happened? The Hunt for Red October is a good movie. I used to love that movie when I was a kid. I haven't seen it in a long time. But if you believe we have the technology to do what is done in The Hunt for Red October, I mean, come on, dude. You haven't put any thought into it. Gunderson had an association with former music producer and conspiracy filmmaker Anthony J. Hilder. Hilder had interviewed him regarding the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. You mean Hilder interviewed him? You don't need the had interviewed him. I hate when they do that shit in here. He also appeared in Hilder's Reichstag 95 and Illuminazi 9/11 documentaries. Gunderson did not believe that Sonny Bono died in a skiing accident. Instead, Gunderson alleged that top officials linked to an international drug and weapons ring feared the singer-turned-politician was about to expose their crimes, so they had Bono murdered on the ski slopes and staged the accident. I mean, that's what they do, literally. He died from bladder cancer in 2001 at like 90 years old. Wow, there's a lot of references to this one. There is no see also section for this. So, that was Ted Gunderson. We did the Franklin cover-up. It's crazy how little information there is about these things. It's fucking crazy, man. This shit, just like it's, this shit shouldn't exist if what we're talking about isn't real. There's just too much of it for it to be just more and more just coincidence and conspiracy theories. I know that me believing that I have the truth about things, or at least that I'm going in the direction of truth. And I don't mind being wrong because nothing I do or say or anything is like negative. You know, if I'm wrong, it's not like I get exposed as being this criminal, this, that, and the other. If I'm wrong, then I learn something. I'm okay with that. And because of that, I go as live and as transparent and as open as I can. What's up, dude? Yeah, you do. You work hard. Of course you need to sleep, bud. Don't ever have to explain yourself or justify your shit to me. If you're not here, you're not here. I'm totally okay with it. All right, so Larry Lawrence E. Larry King Jr., born 1944. Born in 1944. Not a date. We don't get a date. He's just born. It's not like we're talking about an ancient figure. We know ancient figures' birth dates, but not Larry King's. Is an American former banker and former GOP. Oh, he's an African American politician. I was wondering if he was the black guy. That's funny. Remember I said that in the beginning? Guess not. Guess he's not Jewish or anything like that. Nope, it's all just weird. It's all just blow over. Forget it then. It's not Jewish. No point in looking into it, right? I don't deserve to know anything, man. It's all good. I'm never worried about it. You get here when you can. He was the manager and treasurer of the Franklin Community Federal Credit Union. I thought it was the black guy. And then I was like, nah, it can't be. Because I can kind of picture him in my head, but I thought maybe I was getting my stories mixed up. And of course, you know, it's Diddy. You put the black guy in the position, and then you throw him under the bus. And all the people that he trafficked to, well, he didn't traffic to anybody. He's convicted of these types of things. He's accused of these things, but it's not to anybody. Okay, you're YOUR dismissed and stupid. You're dismissed, period, and stupid. Oh, thank you, relaxing music. Man. It's a good thing we're not supposed to focus on that kind of shit. I'm just supposed to take what you say serious. Oh, how dare you say those things about me? Oh. I'm supposed to be hurt and affected by what you say, but I'm not supposed to call out how stupid you sound. Lord, Linda Carter, stop hurting me. Good gravy. And the vice chairman, he was arrested of the National Black Republican Council, of which there's no, it's red, so there's no page. He was arrested and given a 15-year prison sentence in 1991 for financial fraud after the FCU collapsed in 1988. So he got in trouble because he stole money from the Jews. He embezzled $39 million of their dollars. Who gives a shit about the kids thing? He took our money. They took our jobs. They took our jobs. And but y'all just couldn't hear me. King was also the target of conspiracy theories, accusing him of being involved in sex trafficking and sexual abuse of children, though all related charges were dropped. It's funny how, like, regular people don't get those charges falsely laid against them nearly as much as certain famous people. Not all famous people. People that say, oh, they're just targeting rich people, blah, blah. Why did they target these specific ones? Why has Trump been targeted so much? He's not like even a good looking or anything kind of guy. There are so many other rich and powerful people that haven't been accused of shit. Although their names are finding out to be in the fucking Epstein files. It's not just the your though. He says, okay, your, YOUR dismissed, period, and stupid. All lowercase. Like it's such a fantastic thing. Joined 4 years ago, 11 subscribers to his relaxing music podcast. It's just so fucking stupid, man. They're so stupid, and they make it easy. They make it obvious. It's not like anybody listens to that or reads the fucking other side and goes, "Oh wow, he sure got you there, guy." Never happens. Career. He earned a business degree from the University of Nebraska, Omaha, where they were plucking CIA. So he went to the same school that Ted Gunderson went to. Oh, come on. The same school that Gunderson went to in 72, and in 70 became the manager and treasurer of the newly founded Franklin Community Federal Credit Union, FCU, in Omaha's predominantly African-American community, supporting low-income households. They always go together, don't they? The black people in the low-income houses.
There's a sign on the wall. She wants to be sure, because you know sometimes words have.
I just want to see something.
In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings.
So that guy got he went to Nebraska University in 70. Gunderson went in 50. But Gunderson became the head of in 73 he became head of the FBI Memphis branch. 75 Dallas, and 77 he was appointed to Los Angeles. So right when this guy is sort of getting his footing and getting it going, Gunderson is getting promoted really highly into this It literally says he was born in 1944, age 81 or 82. We're not sure. We don't know. We don't know when his real birthday is. He's still alive, apparently. I bet he's lived a hard life. Can I see your phone for a second?
If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now.
For a second.
It's just a spring clean for the maple. Yes, there are 2 years to go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. And it makes me wonder.
Oh, I forgot about that. God damn it. I don't want Daisy here. I'm punching her in the face.
Your head is humming and it won't go. In case you don't know, the piper's calling you to join him. Dear lady, can't you hear the wind blow? Did you know your stairway lies on the whispering wind?
I could have swore we had a fucking song called Franklin cover up.
Wind on down the road. Our shadows taller than our soul. There walks
Where the fuck is that song?
Who
I don't have to look.
shines white light and wants to show how everything's
Let's see. Under King's leadership, Franklin was promoted as the model community-based credit union throughout the 70s and 80s. King was active in Omaha's civic district, serving in boards and local charities such as the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, Campfire Girls, Head Start, and the Salvation Army. Man, for a guy that was accused of sex crimes with children, he sure had an affinity for children and was involved in as many children groups as he could be. Don't you think that's kind of strange? You're dirty.
Paula pokes me on Facebook like 20 times a day. What does that do?
It's like, pay attention to me.
She does it every day. She pokes me all day.
I don't even know poking on Facebook was still a thing.
I poke her back. I think it's just for letting me know what she's thinking.
Yeah, that's all it is. Hey, think about me. The Omaha Bullet, and many more. In church organizations, he earned a reputation as an ambitious, charismatic figure in the city. King was also known for his love of music and often performed as a singer. King has also owned several bars and restaurants in Omaha. Like, so if Ramsey hasn't shown you just how much work owning a restaurant is by now, maybe you just don't watch it. But owning a restaurant is not an easy thing to do. Even if you hire people to run it for you, you still have to be a part of it, right? So this guy owns multiple restaurants. Okay. Hang on a second.
And it's whispered that soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason. And a new day
So he gets his degree. He's the chairman of a bank. So again, I would imagine, as much as it's not like a real busy job, there's still, responsibilities. There's still shit that has to be done as the bank. What was he? He was the founder of the credit union. So I would imagine you would have to be pretty hands-on to be a founder. He is then an active member serving on different boards for the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, Campfire Girls, Head Start, the Salvation Army, the Omaha Bullet, and many more. So that means he has to go to all these different board meetings all the time. And he's a part of multiple church organizations, where he's also a singer. He's performing as a singer, too. At some point, doesn't it seem a little ridiculous to you? I mean, I get it, Ramsey owns several restaurants around the world. How much could he be a part of those? And then he's got all his TV show obligations and all that.
Well, I worked for a restaurant chain that had one owner, Olga's, and she had multiple locations. And she would float around. She'd visit from spot to spot. She really wouldn't do much. She wasn't involved in the day-to-day. She would have no idea what's going on in her restaurants.
But she still has the responsibility to be there.
To be there,
to make an appearance and do whatever.
Yeah, make sure her name is being kept up properly.
Right. And then, but then there's also, there's going to be like the shareholders meetings and all that shit that are held in one place with a bunch of bigwigs. A company like Olga's is going to be run by...
Oh, back then it wasn't. Now it is.
No, even back then she would have to have somebody. You can't have a company that... A big, a franchise like that and not have people to keep in charge. She couldn't keep in charge of all that shit. I mean, but still, that would still be... She wasn't like... that, and then involved in all these different boards all across the world, and or in the one community, and a singer, and
reality TV shows,
like that shit. It just, when you hear about these people and their lives, it just, I don't know, it just seems strange. By the early 80s, Larry King Jr. had become a rising star in the Republican Party, both in Nebraska and nationally. You have to think too that so many people, it's like Whoopi Goldberg, right? This is the 80s. So people didn't necessarily know. They would see the name and they didn't know it was a black guy. Larry King. That's a friar name right there. An African American Republican, King helped revitalize the Nebraskan. Right?
Huh?
Yeah, right.
Trump posted a picture of
Yeah. But it's not racist. It just
during Black History
it's
Month.
not racist. It just works out to just it's just coincidence. There's
The President of the United States
you would think
did this.
if you're the president, things like that can't accidentally happen because there would be enough people in place to prevent it. No. You know, maybe this will be. Yeah, right.
Oh, he's got the best shirt.
His success drew attention from national GOP leaders. He was appointed vice chairman of finance for the National Black Republican Council. Now, again, so as the vice chairman of finance for the National Black Republican Council, wouldn't you assume that he's busy? Like that job by itself would be like all encompassing, I would imagine. Like, you know, that's what they tell you. That's what you're supposed to believe, that the politicians, the reason they make the money they make is because they work so fucking hard. And he served on the advisory committee for President Ronald Reagan's second inauguration in January of '85. So now he's a party planner too? Well, we need a black guy to tell us what's cool. King was even a featured performer at high-profile GOP events, notably singing the American National Anthem at the 1984 Republican National Convention in Dallas. Hey, get the black guy to get up there and sing. Come on, go dance, monkey.
Yeah.
Go on, go sing and dance for us. Look at him. He's up there in his fucking suit. He's got his hair all permed and shit. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's great. Oh, it's great. Are you fucking serious? This is that step and fetch it bullshit. This is that Sammy Davis Jr. But well, Sammy, he could sing and he could dance and he could do everything. Like just go look at the Rat Pack shit. They all pretend like they loved Sammy so much and they
like a novelty.
They protected him, and you know, when he got in real big trouble, Sinatra would come to his aid and shit sometimes. But when you look at what it was like, oh, it's all just in fun. It's all just in fun. But hey, come on, boy. Ha ha ha. Yeah, we're just kidding. Ha ha ha. And you know, Sammy, of course, he was one of those laugh with his mouth open guys at every terrible joke at his expense. Do you know anybody that laughs like that in real life? Do you know anybody that open mouth belly laughs at every dumb thing that's, you know? Sammy Davis Jr. is like seen as this, like, think about this. Sammy Davis Jr. is said to have been performing since he was 3. He was on the vaudeville scene and all that. When do you think he went to school? There wasn't all those regulations back then like there are now. How educated do you think that man really was? You think he could even read?
No.
I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. is like a Richard Pryor, you know. It's that same, cut from that same cloth. That dance monkey dance thing. Because, you know, everybody you know likes watching a black guy in a brown bodysuit, an entire stretched out bodysuit where you can literally see his dick tap dancing. Nothing I like more than watching somebody tap dance. How about you?
No.
Am I saying tap dancing doesn't take skill? No. Takes an incredible amount of skill. And to see it, like every once in a while, you see it, you go, wow, that was really cool, man. All right, cool. To go sit there and have to, like, sit through a fucking show or something? No. Like, I got to sit there and watch you for an hour, be like, clickety, 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 click. Click, 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 click. Clickety, click, 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 click. Click, clock, click, 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 clock, clock. Like, I don't know. You think I can see through the door? Or the floor, and the door, and the walls, and your drawers.
I can't either. But the high from the ether I spit when I see your wallet has an insurance
What the fuck?
card. Retards the fact I'm no PhD.
Like, you guys just don't, you don't see it because you don't want to see it. And literally, that's what everything comes down to. People believe what they want to believe. People see what they want to see. Most people, most of you, don't even know why you believe what you believe. Ask your average fucking moron, why do you hate gay people so much? And you know, they'll probably do some Bible shit, but if you go, okay, outside of the Bible, how does it affect you in some sort of way? Like, what is it that bothers you? Well, I don't want it around my kids. So, you think you can prevent your kids from seeing everything that you don't want them to see? And even then, why? What is it about it that you don't, that's so bad? Is it because it's gross? Because I agree with you, it's gross. But do you like, when you see a man and a woman making out, are you like, there it is, son? Look at that. Come here, look. Look at how he's sort of grabbing her ass, and look at, they're swishing their tongues around right now, sharing spit with each other. And oh, look how beautiful that is, son. That is God at work right there. I'm telling you. Let's just sit back and watch that man and that woman make out for a while, son. Is that what you do? Is that what anybody does? No, I don't want to see anybody making out. I don't want to hear it for damn sure. Yeah, that's what I want to fucking be around. No. If you can say that I don't like gay stuff because it's gross to me, sure, okay. Nobody's really asking you to partake in it. But again, like, are you that insecure that you can't, like, be at a place and other people are at a place and they have a different lifestyle than you, and you can't just be okay with it? Do you know that when you're at a restaurant, more than likely, somebody there likes fucking feet? Personally, I think that's more disgusting than gay stuff. Like, well, no, I guess not for me. Like, if it was a choice between fuck her feet or fuck a dude, I'd fuck your feet.
Yeah.
But, like, it to me, it's
my
still.
Husband, if you were given that choice, I would hope that you would fuck my feet first. Yep. Here's my feet.
Right.
Please don't fuck them. Please.
Come on. I think your feet are gross, so. Yeah.
My feet are gross. Fucking feet are gross.
Did you guys?
All feet are gross.
Did you guys see that story about Sharon Osbourne on the red carpet, and how, like, she had on shoes that she's too old? She looks like a fucking monster today. I don't know when the last time you saw Sharon Osbourne was, but holy shit, don't get plastic surgery. It does not do well with age. She looks.
Oh, your Skittles. Okay. Just real quick.
Wait, let me see your phone. Well,
no, because I'm in the middle.
Okay, yep.
Real quick. So, you know, as girls, we learn how to do makeup, right? And all through our young adult life, we do our makeup, blah, blah, blah. Well, I took about 10 years off from wearing makeup. And I went to do it again. And I put it on, and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, what the fuck? This looks like shit. Same way I've always done it. So then I realized, I started seeing this chick on Facebook that does makeup for mature skin. She has pointed out all of the things that happen to your face as you age that you cannot control. So like your mouth naturally starts turning down because all of this is starting. So if you have an implant right here for your cheekbones, like she did, and all this skin is still going down, like...
Well, they have the big lips, the big fake lips to, like, oh, you finish
like
your
said,
shit so you can look it up.
As the shit goes down, you know what I mean? Your eyes start turning down. You get that facelift up here, okay? You get this pull back here, and then your eyes are still...
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, it's crazy. She embodies that. You got to see it. But, so she was on the freaking out. This wannabe Ozzy kid, like 20 or I don't know his name, but he's like the rock star guy, and he apparently he was there with Sharon. He took Sharon as some weird ritual shit that's tried to play off as fucking normal. But he came running up to like rescue her, and he took the shoes, and later it came out that Sharon was really weird about the shoes because Ozzy used to love to smell her shoes. And so for some reason that had to be preserved. I don't fucking know. But she was real protective about her shoes because of how Ozzy used to like to smell them. So maybe like she was worried that they would have deodorized them or something. Maybe she has terrible foot odor. But the idea that Ozzy used to like to smell Sharon's shoes, that doesn't make him lose points for you. You don't go, hey, bat biter header offer guy, snorting ants and shit.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm stuck with you. The makeup, like think about it. Imagine badass Ozzy. He's a badass. Imagine him sitting in the mirror, like teasing his hair. Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus, that's rough. And it's not about getting old.
The thing is, without all of this, she would look so much older.
Well,
Look at how old she looks. And that's with the shit just like desperately hanging on to pull it up.
not to mention, like,
But everything he said, her eyes, you can see it.
yeah,
Her eyes,
that
all of it, you can see how it represents.
right, the high-end makeup store,
Yes, we did.
and there's different like sculpting.
There's a candy
creams
store right
and
next to
stuff.
it, so that was cool.
Yes. But what a lot of those products do is they will stretch your skin, okay, to get rid of the wrinkles or whatever.
Well, what about the shale cream? See on TV that literally scratches your face, little microscopic scratches that make your face swell so you don't look so old.
There's a lot of the products have that in
Of
it,
course.
which is why I ended up with the Estee Lauder eye cream, because it's one of the other ones, the only ones that doesn't scratch. And the one guy at Ulta explained to me that over time,
Scar tissue, I would imagine.
well, the stretching stuff, like he said, it literally stretches your skin, and as you lose elasticity, that skin won't go back. So you're actually making your wrinkles worse over time. So they not only have they been using those products on her, she's had all that surgery, and it's just a compounded, horrible effect. Like her, look at her eyes, around her eyes.
I know, she
That's
looks.
from those creams and shit.
She looks like a monster. Like woke up and you stairs because you heard some noise, and that was standing there at the bottom of the stairs. You'd be like, ah, what the fuck is that?
This is with makeup.
Right. They're just so weird. Look, I got 0 viewers, 9 likes, and 25 subscribers. Totally makes sense, doesn't it? What if I tell you I like to sniff my wife's shoes? Will that make it better?
Ew.
Would you guys like me more? It's fucking crazy. It's just crazy. This whole narrative we're given across the board is crazy. Larry. Good old Larry. Anyway, I'm fucking done. Well, let's read this real quick. Even as the financial investigation was underway, a far more explosive scandal began to envelop Larry King Jr. in late 1988. Allegations of a child prostitution ring centered on King and other prominent figures. Shortly after the credit union's collapse, rumors emerged that some of the missing Franklin money had been used to finance child sexual exploitation. In December of 1988, Nebraska's Foster Care Review Board turned over to state lawmakers a dossier of reports alleging that children in foster care had been abused at parties attended by elites. I mean, Seriously, how many fucking stories like that exist? And we're going to be like, oh, well, this one's just a conspiracy theory. This is just another example of you build up a black guy so when shit hits the fan, you can throw him under the bus. This is Diddy. This is Kanye. This is, what do you think they're going to do to fucking Cat Williams one of these days? I guarantee Cat Williams gets in a whole bunch of trouble one of these days. Because that dude's fucking normal, right? He comes across as a normal guy you'd want to hang out with. These allegations made by alleged victims accuse King of procuring and abusing children and hosting wild late-night sex parties at which minors were flown to various U.S. cities, auctioned off as sexual slaves, given drugs, and forced into illegal sex acts. Like, literally the exact same thing as Epstein. It's the exact same fucking story. By early '89, dozens of prominent Nebraskans, businessmen, media personalities, police, clergy, and even national political figures were being whispered about as possible co-conspirators, with King depicted as the central ringleader. Gee, all of those powerful people were being whispered about as being involved, and then suddenly the investigation that they procured found everyone innocent and nothing was real, and all the fucking victims were just fucking dirty lying fucks. Let's put them in jail. Fucking pieces of shit. Fucking liars. King categorically denied the accusations, dismissing them as garbage and claiming he was being framed. If you have none of those accusations against you, how do you get those accusations against you? How do they stick? How do people go, yeah, well, yeah. How are so many people saying the same thing about you? In response, the Nebraska legislature in January 1989 established an investigative panel, the Franklin Committee, to examine both the credit union's financial failures and the emerging child sexual abuse allegations. Oh, how big do you think this committee was? And what do you think the prime focus was again? On the Jews who lost their money or the kids that everybody knew was getting abused anyway? If you're watching, like, share, and sub. Thanks for the likes and all that stuff, guys. I always appreciate the shit. If you're seeing something that doesn't make sense to you, 4 watchers and 10 likes, it's censorship. What the fuck else do you think it is? 2,500 subscribers and 4 viewers? Where have you ever seen anything like that before? Especially, it just happens to be that I'm talking about these kinds of things too. What a surprise. Like, share, and sub. Take 2 seconds. Click share. Click Facebook. Title it, "This Guy's Crazy." Come tell him he's crazy if that's what you have to do. But get this shit out there. People need to know about this. In this Epstein climate, people need to know about the Franklin cover-up. Oh, let's see. State Senator Lauren Schmidt. Lauren Schmidt. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, that guy. That's a trustworthy guy right there. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. Born on a farm in Butler County, Nebraska, several miles from blah blah. He attended Columbus High School, and he went to the University of Nebraska, where we know that the FBI gets people out of. Crazy. Chaired the committee with when you look him up, it says background state legislature, congressional campaign, latter life and death. Literally says nothing about him being associated with this scandal. Talks about his thing with ethanol, and then it says here, right, a little tiny piece. In 1988, Schmidt chaired a committee that led an investigation into the collapse of the Franklin Community Federal Credit Union in Omaha, Nebraska. during the Franklin child prostitution ring allegations, which included allegations of embezzlement and child prostitution, which were explored by the committee. That's that. Tenure. After leaving the Nebraska legislature, Schmidt became a lobbyist for the ethanol industry in Nebraska and served in various capacities with the state's natural resource districts. Gee, he died at 96 years old in 2020. He just died September 17th, 2025. 96 years old. Became a gazillionaire lobbyist. That was his reward for doing what he was supposed to do. A lobbyist. You mean he barely did anything? A lobbyist is a guy who takes people out to parties and has this endless checkbook that he spends to bribe people into thinking the way that the ethanol company wants them to think. His reward for playing his part. Mary, you missed a whole bunch. This has been a crazy, crazy video. I keep trying to get you in the mornings. You're just too busy with your family. Chaired the committee with Senator Ernie Chambers as vice chair, and it hired a private investigator, Gary Cardoni, to dig into the claims. Law enforcement at multiple levels, local Omaha police and the Nebraska State Patrol, the FBI, and the federal prosecutors also opened inquiries into the alleged Franklin child prostitution ring as the case came to be known. Again, strangely enough, none of these guys found any evidence. It was just a cover-up. It was just a hoax. During 1989, Cardoni and the Franklin Committee interviewed purported victims and witnesses of at least a dozen young, most of them former wards of the state or ex-students at the Boys Town home. Where are they today? How come we've never heard about them since then? Told stories of abuse at the hands of King and others. They claimed that as minors in the early to mid-'80s, they had attended lavish parties in Omaha and elsewhere where children were molested by older men, prominent officials, and businessmen. Some allegations went beyond abuse and included claims of ritual satanic abuse, drug trafficking, and even CIA-linked arms deals associated with the supposed sex ring. So again, it's basically implementing all of the people that are investigating it. Because for this to exist, there would have had to have been local and state law enforcement complacency. There would have had to have been, there would have had to have been protection from the highest levels down. So that the people investigating it are exactly the people that stand to lose the most in the investigation. That shit just doesn't make any sense. I have to admonish myself. Everything makes sense. Everything makes sense. It's just how you look at it. It doesn't make sense the way that we're supposed to think things work. It absolutely. 1989 and 1990, local news outlets ran headlines about the explosive allegations, and in April 1990, the Washington Post dubbed the affair Omaha's Hurricane of. This shit all the way up to the president and vice president, and once it did, it disappeared. That was when it finally was like, all right, just stop to it, and it just shut down. Talk about that part. The Franklin Committee investigation took a tragic turn in July 1990 when lead investigator Cardoni and his son died in a plane crash, where actually what happened. Apparently, we're getting some interference at the moment. Cardoni's plane mysteriously broke apart in midair over Illinois as he was returning from a trip to collect evidence. He had reportedly obtained photographs said to implicate King. He was on his way home from getting the evidence that implicated the guy that would have broke this whole thing open. His plane mysteriously falls apart mid-air, and I guess that evidence was never recovered. Go figure. The thing is, even if even if there's an investigation or whatever it is, all they have to do is drag feet. If they just wait it out, something else will happen that'll gain the public attention and people will forget about it. Gee, what was happening around 1989, 1990 that might have been distracting the people? Couldn't it be Desert Storm? Do you realize we went to... That's the thing. What if we went to war...
What was it? 90?
I'm about to look.
I think it was 90. 89 or 90. I think it was 90. Might have been 89. I think it was a sophomore. I think it was 90. These colors don't run.
What the fuck?
Pretty sure that was my sophomore year when I mixed freshman.
The fuck doesn't this want to come up? Are you telling me? I look up, okay, the Gulf War. Oh, okay, they call it the Gulf War. The coalition's efforts were in two phases. Operation Desert Shield, which marked the military buildup from August 1990 to January 1991.
Oh, this says February 28th, 1991.
Date, August 2nd, 1990
90 to February 28th,
to
1991.
January 2nd, 1991. Either way, August 2nd, 1990.
Yeah.
So if I tell you that we went to war, that the Gulf War was to cover this shit up, you're going to tell me I'm wrong, right? Remember, the Franklin Committee's investigation took a tragic turn in July of 1990 when the lead investigator's plane crashed. The next month, we went to war.
Hey, do you know this name?
The lead investigator who had just went and picked up photographs that implicated the head guy, which would have brought the whole house of cards down. What?
Do you know Karen Mulder?
Kira, yeah, she's the Star Wars.
No, she was
Actress.
early, long before Epstein was a household name. There was Karen Mulder.
Oh, that looks like that Kira got the chick from. She looks just like the other chick. That's weird.
She went on French television to expose a world of rape and trafficking within the modeling industry.
She's lying.
The result, the interview was suppressed within hours. Oh, no, was suppressed, and within hours, she was committed to a psychiatric clinic, a stay reportedly paid for by another man that she accused.
How does that even happen? How do they just do
For
that?
25 years, she was labeled unstable, but in 26, as the world reads through that tip sheets, her words aren't just credible, they're prophetic. Yeah, she lost her fucking career, was put on meds, and into a psych ward.
Where she was probably raped repeatedly because
Yep.
she was beautiful.
Oh my God. No, that name, I haven't heard that name, and you talk about all that one was buried.
I mean, that's fucked up, no doubt about it. But do you realize I just made a link that I don't think anybody else has made before? And I know it's coincidental, right? The Franklin cover-up is about to get exposed in July of 1990. And in August of 1990, these colors don't run. What do you think was on the fucking TV every single day? Did you hear, do you even remember the Franklin cover-up story? No. And the shit went all the way up. This is nuts. Do you realize how many of these fucking things I've done in the last week or so? Where I've been accidentally looking into one thing or another and exposed something fucking huge? We did it the other day with the whole sleeping sickness thing. Starts in 1916, 1915, you have the fucking 3 different major vaccines are being pumped into the people for the first time.
Yep.
Are we not willing to make the fucking connection here?
No, see, the thing is, people have a right now mentality and
Yeah, but right now,
selective
this
memory.
right
So-
now in the Franklin cover-up, they just
But my point is, vaccines came out a year and a half ago. Oh, shit, that has nothing to do with shit now. If we were gonna see something, we'd see it within a month.
yeah,
or
but
so.
no, I'm saying
You know what I
saying
mean?
us
So they don't put
us
those dots together at the time.
us right, but us with hindsight being the 2020 thing that it is. How do you know?
Because we're not taught.
Yeah, but even if we're not taught that, so then you're one of these dumbass trolls that's on my feed. You're desperately trying to cause some sort of disruption. It's not working. While at the same time you're stuck hearing what I'm saying, and you clearly hear it because you respond to things and you talk about whatever, this, that, and the other. How do you, random troll, hear these connections and still think I'm wrong? Or is it just you have a job to do, or you're just a bot, whatever one it is? How or what got you here? Fuck, I don't know. You're going to have to go back and watch because I have no fucking idea. All I know is this is crazy. I mean, I've known about the Franklin cover-up forever. I just never went back and looked at it with these new 2026
Have
eyes.
you ever gotten it that detailed? She's delivering my package and she's 3 stops away.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that now. The wreck, Cardoni's briefcase, allegedly full of new evidence, went missing from the crash site and fueled theories that he had been murdered to suppress the investigation. Cardoni's death, combined with anonymous threats on accusers, led several key witnesses to recant their stories in 1990. Both the FBI and the Nebraska authorities came to view the allegations as potentially fabricated, and they wanted witnesses to make they warned witnesses that making false reports could lead to perjury cases. Do you understand that? So they were threatening people. Well, if we find out you're lying, do you understand that? Like you're threatening victims that if you're lying about this, if you can't prove exactly what you're saying against all these super powerful people, meaning don't have, like, you'd have to have photographs. Outside of photographs and videos, you wouldn't necessarily be able to even prove it. And if we can prove that you can't prove it, you're going to go to prison. Which they sent one of the witnesses to prison, one of the victims, the accusers, to prison for 4.5 years. You think when they did that the other witness, here's Daisy. You think the other witnesses would be like, oh yeah, let me speak out. Let me speak out against this. It's true. Ridiculous.
Her car's driving. This is so cool. It keeps moving.
You're so goofy.
It's so cool.
The trial in the mid-1990s, after hearing months of testimony in Nebraska State Grand Jury in Douglas County, concluded in July of 1990 that the widely publicized tales of child sex ring were unfounded. So wait, was this at the end of July? Because when did he die? He died in a plane crash in July. It just said, it doesn't give you the date. When did he die in the plane crash? Gary Cardoni, it'll tell us here. The Franklin prostitution ring began in June 1988. Oklahoma. Multiple prominent Nebraskan politicians and business figures were accused of involvement in the child sex trafficking. The allegations attracted significant public and political interest. All of these pages are locked, by the way. There is no adjusting these. And political interest until late 1990, when a separate federal and state and federal grand juries concluded that the allegations were unfounded and the ring was a carefully crafted hoax. 1988, the state and federal authorities began looking into allegations that prominent citizens in Nebraska, as well as high-level U.S. politicians, were involved in child prostitution ring. Alleged abuse victims were interviewed, who claimed that children in foster care were flown to the east coast of the United States to be sexually abused. The accusations primarily centered on Larry King Jr., who ran the now-defunct Franklin Community Federal Credit Union in Nebraska, and alleged that King hosted, quote, lavish parties in which minors were sexually abused. We call those Epstein parties now. King was a rising figure, donor, and power broker in the Republican Party before the investigation, singing the national anthem at the 1984 Dance Monkey 1984 National Convention and spending $100,000 on parties for the 1988 convention. 1984, $100,000 was like $1 million today, maybe more. King had a luxurious lifestyle, charting private jets and limousines and wearing expensive clothes and jewelry. You realize this is just copy and paste, right? And a $69,000 watch seized after he went into a court-ordered receivership. He also owned multiple houses and businesses in Nebraska alongside a house near Embassy Row, Washington, D.C., which he rented. The Franklin Credit Union was raided by authorities investigating the embezzlement of over $38 million in November of 1988. Investigations in that Nebraska legislature organized a state committee in December 1988 to look into both credit union embezzlement and the child prosecution allegations in the Franklin Committee, led by Lauren Schmidt with Ernie Chambers as acting vice chair. Literally, I'm reading you the exact same thing. This is a different page, you guys. Talking about the devil worship cannibalism and drug trafficking. Remember? Investigator Cardone hired by the committee investigated the children who were to the executive board of the Nebraska legislature who were investigating reports of child sexual abuse linked to the credit union. July 1990, a separate county. It's the same goddamn thing. I'm trying to find when. This is the fucking dude. Page. I'm trying to look up Gary Cardone. I'm kind of confused at this point. Okay, so I'm going to click on Gary Cardone. When I click on Gary Cardone, it just brings up the Franklin child prosecution. It brings up the page that I'm already on. On this page, and it just I thought it was going to take me to his page. Really bad interference right now? That's funny. This is just fucking wild. Why would it act like it was taking me somewhere else and bring me back to the page? So I can't find when this guy actually died? Carefully, a grand jury convened soon after and reached the same conclusion in September of 1990. So, the same month that the lead investigator dies, in a suspicious plane crash where his plane disintegrated mid-air over Chicago, and his briefcase full of evidence, including pictures of the main guy, disappeared. But later that month, a state grand jury convenes and finds that the whole thing is bullshit. We go to war in August, and by September, the federal grand jury has decided that this is bullshit. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's fucking insane. They came to it in September. It was also found the abuse allegations to be baseless and agreed that there was no organized child prostitution ring in Omaha. The grand jurors did not specifically specify who they believed engineered the false stories, but they took the remarkable step of indicting two of the accusers for perjury. This is even worse, because we're not fucking brazen enough to indict the accusers nowadays. That's to make the victims the women.
At some point, I have to go over to Brooke's house. This is my scarf. Yes, and then I've wrapped in it some of the shavings. I'm so sorry, but this me making your boundary thread. Yes, I'm sorry. This is sage and willow bark from the
Yep. Yep. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Wow. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy.
Jesus.
The grand jurors, they didn't say where these stories came from, but they indicted the accusers. They indicted the accusers without saying how they're indicting them. People were sent to prison without any evidence as to why they're being sent to prison for accusing high-ranking officials of the same shit that's happening right now. This is really awful. This is awful. This is fucking awful. One of those indicted was Alicia Owen, a 21-year-old former foster care child who had been one of the chief accusers, claiming King sexually abused her. The other indictment remained sealed, but was widely reported to be against Paul Bonacci, a young man who had also described being victimized. Owen was ultimately convicted of perjury in 1991 and sentenced to 9 to 15 years in prison.
That's insane. That's insane.
That's fucking nuts. Her sentence was notably harsh for a perjury case, reflecting the court's view that the Franklin accusations had caused enormous harm to reputations. Owen served over 4 years in prison before being paroled in mid-1990s. Bonacci, the other main accuser, was indicted but never convicted of perjury. Prosecutors dropped his case, possibly in exchange for his testimony. I just can't understand why anybody goes, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory.
So
This just doesn't seem like... It seems like there's enough evidence here for you to be an idiot if you don't think something fucked up is going on here. This isn't like just some theories or anything. This is start to finish crazy with a goddamn murder, a cover up. I mean, this is on a different level. This is the movie version of something. This is the and remember too, this is Wikipedia. So this is what Israel thinks is the best version for us to see. This is the truth that Israel wants us to know about this. And it mirrors this Epstein shit in very uncomfortable ways, while also, in my opinion, surpassing it. When you're telling me that one of the people accused got 9 to 15 years and served, or one of the accusers got 9 to 15 years, served 4.5, and there was evidence that was like, just, I mean, again, nobody's plane just disintegrates mid-air. There would be explanation. There would be they don't even try to explain it. They just say, oh yeah, his plane just disintegrated midair. And the briefcase that was known to have the evidence with the pictures of the guy fucking raping children were in it. Which would have brought down the whole thing, and who knows what other pictures were in it. Like, think about this. This is so shocking. Why isn't this being opened back up? Why isn't this being exposed a lot? Why am I the guy that you're hearing talking about this? I mean, I'm sure a bunch of you have heard of the Franklin cover-up before. Years ago, it sort of made the rounds. Johnny Gosh and all that good shit. That's fucking insane. You know, I talked about Johnny Gosh a year or so ago. I don't know when it was, but... How does this make sense to you? Thank you, Mary. But I don't want to be the best because of that. I want to be just another average person talking about this really well-known story that everybody talks about. Mary says she's never heard of this. Angela had never heard of this. Angela was, I mean, in 88, you're fucking 14 years old. You would remember this shit.
Oh, there's the Velcro. So it goes
Well,
all the way
that's
across,
just
it makes it
nuts.
bigger and little.
Cover-up allegations. In 1992, former Nebraska State Senator John DeCamp published a book, The Franklin Cover-Up, which fiercely criticized the official investigations and claimed that the political cover-up and that a political cover-up had hidden the truth of King's child exploitation ring. DeCamp's book and later works by other authors alleged that King's crimes went far beyond financial fraud, painting him as the linchpin of a nationwide child trafficking network with links to Washington power brokers. These claims, which included lurid details of satanic ritual abuse and even murder, were never substantiated by any court or law enforcement agency, but they kept conspiracy theories about the Franklin case alive in some articles. In 1993, a British television documentary, Conspiracy of Silence, that investigates the Franklin allegations was produced but never aired. Why wasn't it aired? If the investigation would have exonerated the people involved, then why wasn't it aired? Which conspiracy proponents interpreted as further evidence of a suppression of truth. Meanwhile, mainstream journalists and scholars have frequently pointed to the Franklin case as an example of the satanic panic of the late 80s, a period when sensational claims of rituals, abuse, and sex trafficking emerged in several communities only to be debunked. But then they came back and now they're everywhere and everybody's like, oh yeah. This is fucking insane. This is crazy. This is just crazy.
Oh, have you not even opened this yet?
Oh, no, I have.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're just keeping it in the...
I don't even know where to go from here. This is...
Because it's not very protected.
And then again, look at the commenters. Look at the people that are literally seeing the evidence. See, the one thing I love doing, the reason I use Wikipedia, is because what can you say? It's Israel's fucking version of shit. It's the truth that they want us to know. So you can't just be like, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory. I'm giving you the official accounts. I'm reading the official narrative and debunking it myself. Or at least asking you guys, does any of it make sense? And of course, the admitted fucking Jew, the admitted friar piece of shit that's here, is all about the child trafficking. That's what they do. They rape their own fucking children for transcendence and redemption.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, this kind of
Right?
like it's for like...
These guys are admitted fucking pedophiles. They support pedophilia on multiple levels. And the last thing they want is someone like me getting a voice calling for their execution and their cult's elimination. I don't even dance around it. That cult needs to be gone.
Like the dubious place.
Well, the reason why the dubious place...
Because he has a job to do.
They put a high amount of emollients.
It has a job to do. You know, and there's part of me that believes that there is a good person in there somewhere. Like, even though they're Jewish, there's still a good person in there somewhere. And that good person knows what a piece of shit they are, and that they should be fucking held accountable. They should be destroyed. You know? But because they're definitely not going to advocate for that, that's why they like to go to places where the girls step on their junk and BDSM and shit. That's always those fucking weirdos. Because they want to get beat. They want to feel bad for what they do. And they like coming here because I ridicule them. I expose them. And it's almost like you know, these are the idiots that whip themselves in the back. I forget what that's called. Do you remember what that's called, Chubby Girl? That flaying? Is it the flail?
Yeah.
The flail that they use?
Oh,
The act of doing it is called flaying.
Yeah, and that's actually a Jewish thing before it's anything else. I know it stretches into other communities, but it's their thing. Self-deprecation, they abuse themselves to account for the fact that they know they're awful, horrible people. They deserve so much worse, but this makes them feel better. This makes them not feel as guilty.
Like, I have this one neighbor.
Right? And then look, they just keep fucking, this guy just keeps proving the point. He doesn't say, yeah, pedophilia is disgusting and wrong, we need to kill pedos. He's like acting like I'm the bad guy for talking about it. Who the fuck do you think that is? Other than Jews, Israelis, and pedophiles, who the fuck do you think is going to be this angry at me? But especially when the guy's already an admitted Jew. He's already admitted to being a piece of shit like that. And all they do is just keep proving the point. That's why I leave them here. That's why I'm God to him, and I allow him to exist in this world. Right? If he caused me any sort of discomfort or pain or anything, I could just block him. Instead, he's such a great example of the cowardly, pedophilia, dumb, really, really dumb piece of shits they are. It's amazing. Anyway, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I've provided you with so many fucking examples of everything. If you want to go ahead and research anything I've talked about, by all means, do it and then tell me what I'm wrong about. Have yourself a wonderful day, and you pedophiles, you kill yourself.